I will 100% take that.
I'll send it to you right now. I was just fucking laughing at it at home.
Yeah. So what's going on, everybody? Jesse here from Old City Sports, and what I can remember, here's longtime friend AJ Simon. We were going to talk about some stuff from the past. First time ever on a podcast, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. It's gonna be ugly. It's gonna be very interesting. We were roommates for what, a year, 2 years. Chester?
Yeah, less than a year.
Was it less than a year?
It was definitely less than a year.
Didn't seem like it.
A lot of shit happened in that house. I'm not sure.
That's where I got Ben.
That is where you were there for a while.
I always have to do the timeline because when I got Ben, I was with, fucking, I don't even know what I'm, Blix Blackheart.
Lindsay.
Blix Blackheart.
Lindsay.
Yeah. And she's the only one that has pictures of him as a puppy, and I'm not, like, I don't want them that bad. So
rather not talk to her.
I just imagine, I look at other dogs like puppies. I'm like, hey, Charlotte, that's what Ben used to look like. I'm not going to get them. But yeah, I had him there. No one knows how old any of the dogs are. We just say they're 12 and 11. Lynn's actually was around when I first got Havoc, so
yeah.
In the trainer house, that was a whole nother fucking animal. But Chester House was fun. There was some stuff that happened there.
Yeah. A lot of drinking.
A lot of drinking. I had my first wine experience there.
That's right.
I did drink one full box one time.
Did you hit the box there? I know.
Yeah.
I was big on the jugs going in there.
It may have been a jug. It may have been.
This jug of sangria.
It was sangria. No. I got no. I was white. I did white or red. I know. I definitely didn't. It never happened ever again.
So, when I moved in, you were dating that girl Jess.
Oh, I gotta have something for that.
Whatever sound goes with boob sweat. Is that a splash?
Chunky.
You were dating her.
I just want to say before we get into it, I will go at no last names.
Yeah.
But I will 100% go into diabolical detail because it's fucking funny as shit. Just saying.
Okay.
I'm just saying. I'm just, the tripod of NA, that's but Jessica, when you moved in, like I said, there's plenty to talk about. Can't go off the rails if you're never on them. So, I mean.
No, I kind of got off track when you brought up the trifecta of NA. But I just remember, like, it was like you moved in and, like, you were with Jess, and there was, like, rules in that house. Like, it was, like, I guess, like, whoever, like, your parents owned it.
Yep, it was my parents' first rental property, and I was still working with my dad at the time, and that was it was an amazing deal.
Mm-hmm.
I really never paid rent in any of my houses except for that one because that was when they first became renters or real landlords.
Right.
And yeah, we were dating, and that was a bad one. My mom has never pulled me aside before and been like, "You cannot date this girl anymore," because there were times we went to my cousin, definitely not gonna bring her name up. We went to her birthday party. I think like Finnegan's Wake in Philly.
Ooh.
And I am not a Philadelphia. Like, I do not go to Philly. I stay home. And even back then, I'm like, I was terrified because I've just never been in Philly before. And this guy was like pushing up on someone there, and my girlfriend at the time came up and just leveled this dude. And I had never been in that situation before because it usually was me. And I'm like, what do I do? I just stand here. And I'm like, this is what the women feel like when I'm doing this shit. Yeah, she was a wild one.
Yeah. But there were just so many like rules in that house when you first came in. Like there was like no smoking.
Yeah.
And everything was like sort of like neat and in order. And just like as time went on, different people, different girls coming in the house and like all shit. Like you ripped the fucking carpet up in the dining room, which got rolled up into the basement, and there was like bed bugs down there, and they were hopping all over people and pissing off Dan Clark.
I remember at one point, I got afraid of taking Ben for a walk, and I was just letting him go to the bathroom in the basement. I was like, this will be cool. And then, yeah, I went downstairs. I heard a humming from the top of the stairs, and I went downstairs, and it was just a wall of flies all over the wall, and I was like, what the fuck do I do? I went down with a fucking literally axe and a lighter and just lit them all on fire. I was like, can't do this anymore. So I just threw all the shit into the street and was just like, yeah. They call this a day.
I mean, then there was a point where you were tired of going up the stairs to go to the bathroom. And
yes,
you started
right out the window,
opening up the window from the kitchen into the alley, peeing out the alley onto the trash that
the trash man ate.
Just the because we switched rooms. And
yeah, you got the bigger one.
Yeah,
I had the alleyway.
You had the room by the alleyway.
A little Harry Potter closet.
Sitting there, pet in bed, shirtless, listening to the trash men yell at you.
What the fuck? Like, you guys.
Oh gosh, yeah, that was. Yeah, there was some shit going on in that house. We had a good time.
I know we watched the Flyers a lot. We did watch the Flyers a lot. Mm-hmm. And actually, when I did rip that carpet up, we ripped it up because we needed to know if there was hardwood underneath of it. And when I moved out, that was actually premeditated. I was told to do that. Right. So now you should see it now. It's absolutely amazing hardwood floor because we rehabbed it. But no one knew, so it was just me being a Neanderthal back then, just ripping up carpet. So I mean, I can see where that could look fucking questionable.
Yeah. Yeah, there was some good times going on in there. The never-ending circus of guys and girls, and there was like a guy named Jake that used to come over to watch hockey. You spent most of your time drunk yelling at him. He had like a bald head.
Jake knew. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. I can definitely imagine that's probably why he's not around anymore. He was actually before. That was technically kind of when I started getting my shit together. Not really, but he was an original friend from Chai that I had met through my cousin Wade. And yeah, the group fizzled off, and it was just me and him. And then it was just me. So right. I don't know what happened to him. I know he still lives at home, but he's all right. He's all right guy. Absolute pushover.
Perhaps just a little.
He was the guy that all the girls would be friends with him, and then he would bring them around, and then we would just snipe the shit out of all of them. So
that was sort of your specialty back in the day.
I was slick. I was slick with it. I did it to actually guy old apartment in Valley Run. When we had that old apartment, I am definitely not going to drop that guy's name. But yeah, that guy that owned the apartment, he was trying to lose his V card to some girl, and I fucking sniped that. She was like, I'm not going in there. I said, shh, come underneath of this beer pong table. That's it. Good times.
Yeah.
Good times. That was a whole nother. I remember there was an alligator at one point living in that apartment.
What?
Yeah. Yep.
In the Valley Run one?
Yep. Jim Bennett. I will drop that name.
Jim Bennett was the alligator.
He bought a Cayman alligator off of, I don't know where the fuck. I remember I was working at the time. I was working at Domino's as a delivery driver, and I came home and all I heard was all the lights were off. I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? And I looked down and there's all I see is it just took off. I was like, I don't even know what that is. Turns the light on. He's like, look, it's my Cayman alligator. I said, yeah, that's definitely not allowed in here. Like, you know, we got enough trouble with the dog. Dog fucking hated it.
Well, I would imagine.
Yeah,
alligator
I think bit a couple people.
Did it?
Oh, fuck yeah, yeah.
How did I miss this?
I can literally name those people because they're all coming on to this show. Nick Irati got bit. My cousin Wade got bit. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, there's a couple other people. I didn't go fucking near it. I don't fuck with that thing. I hated that thing. And he had it in his room and just a glass thing with water and like a little island, and it just smelled like absolute fucking shit. He's feeding it how you're supposed to feed an alligator, and
I feel like we weren't friends yet when this was going on. Yet.
No, towards the end of that apartment is when I met you, and yeah, once that place got destroyed, we all rolled, and that was pretty much what happened there. That place was hell. That was bad. That's where I met Dan Clark for the first time. Fucking spray painted on my fucking pants. He did a lot of shit in that place too. Not me, not just me. Just like he had some altercations.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean that group of guys. Actually, it's kind of funny. So, I've been sober now 2.5 years, and like there's a lot of guys. Well, there's obviously a lot of new people that I've met.
2 years, really?
Yeah, 2.5 years. Thank you. And there's a guy that I know within the program that's real like. He's got like 20 years, but I mean, he's fucking rough, dude. Like, I'm talking like 15 years in like Florida prison, white boy shit.
Oh.
And he's just like, he's like a culture shock even for me. Some of the shit that comes out of his mouth, like, what? Like, just
you
like,
know, it's
and like, and we've actually gotten kind of close. Like, he's real in the service, I'm real in the service.
Someone you want to be close with? That?
Yeah, we like help paint like a clubhouse together, like you know. And because he's all about like he knows what saved his life, and so he's grateful for it, and that's the way he goes about that. But this, I mean, he would always talk about his son being in jail, his son this, his son that, and like you know, you just listen, like. Yeah. But I come to find out because me and him have a mutual friend on Facebook. I see him comment on someone's Facebook, so when I see him, I'm like, "Yo, how the hell do you know this person?"
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, that's that's my son's best friend. They've been thick as thieves as long as they, you know, since they were little kids." And we talk on, but it ends up being Dee's dad.
Holy shit!
You know, I used to hear about Dee's mom.
Yes,
I never heard about Dee's dad.
Yeah, I definitely.
Dude, it made fucking sense because those fucking guys were wild, man.
Yeah, that group. You know, I fuck with a lot of people. You know, I can throw my weight around. But yeah, that's insanity. That's psychotic type of group. That group was, you never knew what they were gonna do.
Well, yeah, I mean, you would you know, you'd hear like stories about shit that would do, and then you'd see some of the shit in person.
I've firsthand been like,
it was just like it was a level I didn't even know existed sometimes. And then you'd go other places, and you'd be like, they'd be like, "Oh, where are you from?" And you know, we're not from Philly, we're Delco, but I always said Delco. Like, oh, we're like Chichester. Like, oh, yeah, they were naming off all of them guys. They're like, yo, man, those guys are out of fucking control. Like they had like a 55-mile reputation all the way.
Well, I mean,
made for a good time.
Clark by himself just riding trains. I mean, fucking guys, let's just jump. Yo, let's get a case of beer and jump on a train. No. I'm not doing that. And then I heard the story about how Gil landed backwards, flipping, and so I'm like, this is a horrible. Why would you do that? I'm pretty sure that was D that happened. Oh, was it? Was it? One of them. I know one of them jumped off backwards.
Didn't work out well.
Didn't work out well at all.
Did not work out well at all. But yeah, it was just like. And I said, I'm like, yeah, man, I used to drink with your son. He's like, get the hell out. I used to get out of jail.
The guy in the program is his dad.
Is D's
dad.
Okay.
I thought you were saying that his son was friends with him. Holy shit. Actually his dad.
Yeah. So he's like because I guess when he gets out, you know, Cody's going to take care of him. Like, you know, I guess he's saying sober while he's in jail. I mean, he's been in the hole for a little while, so you don't really have much of a choice. But you know, he's getting out. I think by Christmas. Just good shit.
Christmas present, yeah. It's definitely been a wild one. The area is. Well, I feel like the area is not as wild as it used to be, but some of the stories are bad. But nowadays it's you have Ring.
Yeah.
Are you locked in on the community?
Goddamn right I am.
It is fucking insanity every night. Well, I mean, Everything's a gunshot. Last night, I don't. You might be more familiar with it. So it was Kenzie's birthday party yesterday. Apparently, there was someone. 95. They have those. There are bridges, like a walkway that's surrounded by fencing, so people could walk over and not have to. So apparently, someone was on top of that, threatening to jump off.
Nice.
So someone reported it on our community, but then found out what's going on. This is what's going on. There's police activity here, gunshot. Blah, blah, blah. So I'm just watching this. Like, this is a ring community,
right?
Not to mention, this is all like 2 miles from my house, and all this shit is fucking going on. There's too much technology.
Dude, I love that. Like when I'm bored and it's like 9 o'clock at night, like I live next to Chester.
Yeah.
So I get all the real fun.
You get the real stuff.
Yeah. Dude. My favorite part of that entire thing is when I get to watch the video of what's going on, like stranger walking by my house, and it's like some weird like does someone like come up to the door like Jesus. Like come or like what's that, the missing link that walk ever that video, the missing link walking through the the hell's it called?
You talking about Bigfoot?
Yeah, Bigfoot. Yeah, your cousin, Bigfoot.
Yeah.
Walking across the woods.
Yeah, we had a video up in our, I guess, area. This guy, he was definitely from like not the United States. He was stealing a woman's chairs off her front porch, screened in front porch. She goes, hello, and he's already out. She finally catches him, like right. He stops and goes, you got cash? You got cash? And she's like, what the fuck are you doing? You're stealing my chairs. And he's like, oh, you don't have cash? Okay, so he comes in and he just puts them back and says, you don't have cash? No, she's like, no, you're stealing my fucking chairs. What are you doing? And he finally leaves. Apparently, there's a new scam now. That people rent a U-Haul and just go in Wilmington on people's porches and take their shit. These are beach chairs.
What?
Beach chairs. I want to know the guy that's buying beach chairs. It's kind of fucking weird.
I kind of want to use that move whenever I do something dicey ever again. Just ask a random question.
Yeah.
Like, sir, what are you doing? Cash. You got cash? Like, time to fucking answer.
I mean, I knew what he was saying, but can you imagine being that lady and being like, so you're asking me for cash for my chairs that you're fucking stealing off my front porch? Cash. That's all he was saying. He's like, you don't have cash? And he like acted like she was like slighting him somehow. And he put him down, slammed him down, just rolled. She's like, what the fuck?
It's like his yard sale on her property with her shit.
He was definitely doing. He was up to no go. But then I did hear that there's like a string of he was just going, and then you see him just go to someone else's porch and just take their shit. Wow. They don't have a ring, but I want one for the backyard too, so I can watch the kids. But boys are getting older, so they're not. I don't think Ben is gonna. Havoc has like 3 teeth. He's not defending anyone. So. Yeah. He's all fucked up. He's a weird fucking dog, dude.
That's the first time I've seen him, because I think the last time I was here,
I probably had him locked up.
Yeah, they were. I didn't even see either of them because, well, I guess everyone running around. They don't want them,
Yeah, front. Well, Ben's a herding dog, so he fucking like the kids are running around. He'll like try to not bite them, but grab their arm and herd them in a direction. Mm-hmm. And Havoc just fucking hates everyone. Like he does not like children whatsoever. So like, just put him away. Fucking nightmare. Let me get a word from our sponsors here. There we go. Hey everyone, Jesse here from What I Can Remember, here to talk to you about Decals by Aaron, Delco merchandise and more. Now everybody knows me as Jesse from Delco, so it wasn't a hard decision to make to partner up with the best Delco merch guy in the business. If you're not familiar with what Delco is, it's an area in the suburbs of Philadelphia that's more of a lifestyle and a way of life than anything. Make sure you visit www.decalsbyaaron.com or his shop on Facebook at Decals by Aaron and get all the hottest and fair price Delco merchandise out there. And make sure you're going to all the Old City Sports Network socials, Twitter, Facebook, and our website at www.oldcitysports.com, old spelled OLDE, and our Instagram, and follow us for all our content. Also, subscribe to our YouTube page today. when I was living in Florida, I went down to meet my sperm donor for the first time when I was 23.
Mm-hmm.
We talk about Florida, so we're gonna get back into that.
Okay.
They live at it's called Tamarack, and it's like Fort Lauderdale at the beach.
Mm-hmm.
When every other block is literally little fucking Haiti. So when you go into like a CVS and shit, there's signs on the door that says like ask for directions inside. Don't go down this road and take a wrong turn. So I was looking for a job while I was down there. I ended up this is kind of funny. I was selling wholesale artwork door to door. I was not very good at it in any way, shape, or form.
I've known you for a while, and this is the first time I'm hearing this shit.
I don't remember that. I try to block this shit out.
When you were a door-to-door art salesman?
It was fucking weird.
How dare you?
Well, can I say it wasn't even for 24 hours. So it didn't last long.
Well, because trial run.
It was yeah. Well, I wanted to. So okay, right. Florida sucks. Anyway, I found it on. I don't even know how I found it, but I walked and the guy explained it to me, and they're like, "Oh, sales pitch." I'm like, dude, I can do this. Like, I don't need. But I was also an absolute asshole back then. Mm-hmm. Didn't want to hear any shit from anybody else. Just give me this shit and let me go. The guy's like, no. I'm going to send this guy with you, and then you're going to do it. So I got this guy hovering over my shoulder every 10 seconds. I don't want you there. Like, let me figure this out on my own. I can talk to people. Didn't work out. So the place was like a half hour from where I was staying, and I was like, I had a shitload of, I didn't sell anything. Mm-hmm. So I had them all in my car, and I texted the guy. I was like, yeah, I'm going to head home, and nothing, blah, blah, blah. He's like, okay, just make sure you stop by and here, drop off the artwork. It's like, yeah, I'm just going to go home. So I went home, and the guy texted me and was like, yo, man, I'm calling the fucking police for her. I'm like, for what? I was like, I'm coming in right now. He's like, no, you had to bring it in, and you didn't follow the rules. And I was like, it's artwork. Like, no one's buying it. So, like, it's not worth anything. Like, no one has bought anything from me. Like, I'll bring it in. Yeah, bring it in and get your paycheck for your one day. I was like, okay. And then that was it. I didn't feel like
Hey, it's, did you put it on your resume moving forward? No. Fine.
Wholesale door-to-door artwork in Florida.
It's amazing.
Florida sucks. I had a pair of moccasins, and I literally went out to get the mail one day, and the soles came off by the time I got back to the house. It's so fucking hot down there. I'm not moving. You said go down there. I'm not going down there.
I'm going down there. Hey.
I won't even go on vacation down there.
I went to Tampa once. This is like, all right, I did Disney when I was in like 18 for high school shit, so that doesn't really count.
Yeah.
Stopped in Miami on the way home from Mexico the one year. That was only because it was 1:00 in the morning, and that was the only place where we could stop to get back into the country because of the timing. It was like Christmas Eve. But when I went to Tampa, I flew down there for like 4 or 5 days to visit my grandpa when we were when he was living down there during like the winters up here.
Right.
And I went right around spring break. Not a bad time of year to go down. I mean, it was a little hot, but holy shit, what was walking around. It's not exactly like going to Jersey Shore. The bar scene, and I'm just gonna say the young ladies walking around.
Listen.
It's a different breed of people down there, man.
I've been a lot of places.
Just trying to find the positives. Then again, I wasn't trying to sell fucking art that day.
I wasn't trying to do that, clearly. I wasn't trying to do anything. I was like, what the fuck is going on down here? It's a different world. But the positives are there is you don't need like an inspection on your car, but you see the fucking shit that's driving around is like a little shocking. No, I can imagine going there. I went there on spring break when I was like 18. I went with a friend, and we literally were telling everybody that we were from Philly and we were Stuyvesant.
What?
Yeah. And it was my idea. So I could play that. It was the one EP was out, so I had the guitar with me. I was able to pull that off.
7 years.
Yep. So he would sing it, but I can't do it. It was worth like fucking charm. It was pretty sick. But It was tough. We should not have gone. Like, we should not have done that. I can't believe my parents let us do that when I was living in Oxford. That ended very badly. It was like I was at one point I was in the bathroom by myself with an empty bottle of 99 blackberries or some shit. Or
bananas.
Bananas.
Oh Jesus.
And he was about to get it in, and I was like, nah. That's not happening. Cock block of the year.
You are
boom.
You are notoriously bad with that.
I was just getting ready to say I don't think I ever did it after that. Me?
You tried.
I tried
to. Me, you did.
When?
It was part of that NA trifecta you mentioned earlier. You were not happy I went up to bed with somebody.
Oh, I should get out of there. That was for the better of the house.
That was for all of us. That wasn't
me.
You getting a little mad. No?
I was done. I moved her things into the fucking hallway. My thing, listen, we're gonna get into it. If you think that first off, you brought your shit there. That was and the first interaction was at like fucking 3 a.m. when she came. I had no idea who the fuck she was. We had never even met before.
No.
Well,
she was girl number 2.
What? Really?
Lindsay was first. Jackie was second. Dana was third.
Oh. Lindsay was first? Was she?
I feel like she was.
I think it was switched.
Are you sure?
Nah, yeah, you're right. Yeah, no, you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but okay. Well, she didn't try to move her shit in. Jackie just decided she had a fucking suitcase of shit.
Well, she was like on the run.
Was she?
I'm pretty sure.
From who?
Because
police?
Lindsay brought her around because she needed help, and then we were all drinking together. And then she comes in. Lindsay goes up to use the bathroom, and you're sitting there snagging Jackie's number from out from underneath everybody. Yeah. So Lindsay went home. Jackie came back. That's when the suitcase arrived.
I don't remember her saying that you could move in. But I wouldn't put it past me. I wouldn't put
something was implied.
It wasn't move in. But it happens. I was their crutch in all our times, I guess.
That was your part to play in all of it.
If you're gonna let me get away with it, dude, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna give me an inch. I'm gonna take a mile.
You did.
I was at Chester House, so a lot of things happened in that house.
It was, yeah.
There were fights happening in the basement. That happened once too.
That was after TJML's wedding.
It was. I wasn't invited. That's right.
Gil and Irati were kicked out.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's where like that started all happening. Oh. Gil showed up trashed, I think.
To the wedding.
Yes. And he had to leave early. And the next thing you know, we're back in the house and you're beating the shit out of him in your basement.
I was not happy about that. I was like fucking sleeping.
Yeah.
That's when Jess was there though. So I was like, you want me or her, dude? Because I think she would probably be worse.
She's a little rough.
She hated everyone.
She did.
Remember when I made spaghetti that one time?
She liked me.
She liked you because you would give it back to her. I'm like cowering in the fucking closet. I didn't know what to do.
Yeah, you were a little different with her. Yeah, you made spaghetti the one night and you boil the spaghetti, you drain the spaghetti, and then you open up a jar of ragu and just dumped it on there. And I thought she was gonna fucking kill you.
She was not. Bottle. I didn't know there was another option. And still, if I'm doing it today, that's what I'm doing. I'm not heating it up. I'm killing two birds with one stone.
Doesn't cook them separately.
No.
Apparently.
Who? Fuck her.
I
what?
Do, but
you do?
I do. If I'm cooking sauce, yeah, I'm gonna cook it. I'm gonna cook it separately from the noodles, you psycho.
I didn't know any better back then.
I
I still don't. I don't know.
15 years later.
Well, let's be honest. I man the grill, dude. I don't really get too much into the fucking kitchen, so.
Okay.
Master fucking chef upstairs. Some of the shit she makes.
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude. It came out of nowhere. It came out literally. If you ask her before you leave, it just clicked one day. She's like, "Oh, I'm just gonna do this," and then all of a sudden, I'm like, "What the fuck?" 100%. Don't care if she's listening or not. Has 100% passed my mother. Well, it's just like I can't. She can't bake though.
Really?
I love pumpkin pie. Well, now I don't eat any of that shit now, but she made a pumpkin pie once, and I think she got the wrong condensed milk. And when I took a bite out of it, it didn't taste like anything. You know how pumpkin pie tastes. Yeah. It didn't taste like anything. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Like just nothing.
It was nothing. It was like air. I'm like, just mushy shit.
Did you get worried?
I was like,
you're like, oh my god, what's happening to me? I can't taste pumpkin.
It was a long pause.
Is this real?
Yeah. What is this? What the fuck is it? And it looked great. I was all excited, you know. And she's like, "Well," she goes, "Oh, I got the wrong milk." It just tasted like absolutely nothing. Looked amazing, absolutely nothing. But besides that, she can cook anything. She doesn't measure.
Just instincts.
Yes. Well, you know, the natural habitat. So I mean, yeah. Kitchen. You know what I'm saying?
No arguments on gender roles at the Bell House.
No. Nah, but there's always the, yes, I need you to do something, and then while I'm doing it, you know what you're doing? I'm like, why the fuck did you ask me to do it? If you don't,
it's testing you.
It's wild here. It's wild here.
Yeah?
I fucking love it. It's absolutely insane. Kenzie is literally me, to a T. Like there's no Lynn's in there. There's nothing. Charlotte is maybe an eighth me, and the rest Lynn's side of the family. The eighth of me is absolute anger issues. Just fucking no. I'm not gonna do that. Now, sweetest kid on the planet, but if she doesn't want to do something, she's not doing it.
A little stubborn.
A little bit. I say that's her. That might be Lynn's side. Not me.
Oh, you're gonna put that on her.
I'm not. I'm very easygoing.
Not stubborn at all.
No. I've turned a new leaf.
Really?
Probably not.
I don't believe you.
No. No. But I'll tell you what, though, it is. I know your brother. He's got 2 girls, yeah.
Yeah.
I rated. The guy had my realtor, Adam Costa, grew up with him in Guy when I was younger. He came on and he was talking about some of his buddy. He's got 2 boys, and he says that he's trying to raise them into the best neighbor anybody could have, which that's what he is. I think I have vibes here. Like he gives you tools. He knows how to do all kinds of shit. He's like a man's man, but like,
okay,
it's kind of weird. His buddy has girls, and he was over there helping him do something, and he said, if you guys have a 3rd kid, I hope you get a girl. And I was like, oh, wow, what's going on? And the little girl came up and said, hi, Daddy, how are you? How was your day? And he was just like, you don't know love until you have a daughter. Those 2 upstairs are absolutely, that's exactly how they are. I don't think I'd be good with a boy. To like power bomb him into something. Yeah. Well, you expect that. I mean, you expect them to, you gotta be tough as nails. So I have a nephew, Matt's son, Benny, and I'm just like, why are you whining? But then Kenzie will be screaming to the top of her lungs next to him, like, yeah, you're right. Why are you whining?
Right.
It's just the expectation.
Your empathy shifts.
Yeah.
Dude, no, it's I'm not a father. However, like I'm a dog dad.
You are a dog dad.
I am a dog dad, and if you're one of them people that likes like, oh, you don't know the difference, like, first off, fuck you. Like anything that needs me to live,
it's the same.
It's the same thing in some sort of.
It's capacity. Like preparation almost.
You gotta let them out. You gotta teach them how to not be wild fucking animals and get along. Like there is some discipline involved in taking care of something that will die if you ignore it.
Yeah.
So, I've had Aria's 10, and she's probably the sweetest, most decent little animal I ever met in my life.
Yeah.
Like she was potty trained inside of a week. She doesn't bark. Dude, she doesn't.
My God.
All she wants to do is sit down and let me pet her head.
These guys shit in the living room when I don't pay attention to them.
Right. But like, she's
horrible.
like, dude, like, I mean, amazing, the best dog I've ever met in my entire life.
Yeah.
And she's sweet as pie, and I literally treat her like a little girl in my house.
That's
like,
a kid.
Oh yeah,
No.
Dude. I got a boy dog. He's 10 months old. Dude, I probably tell him I'm gonna murder him 50 times a day. And it's not even like I'm like consciously doing it. Just murder. Like I just fuck. And dude, he like does like
It's like that with children, yeah.
Dude, like he does the dumbest shit. Like he was probably about 6-7 months old, and I go to let him back into the house, and somehow this little dog, he's a half pit lab mix.
Yeah.
So he's getting big quick. And I don't know how he did it, but he was able to jump up on top of my grill, and he perched up there
outside.
Like he was fucking Batman looking over Gotham. And then he didn't want to get down. I'm like, no, what are you
Does he
doing?
just look?
He just looked at me like,
no, is he looking while he's up there? He's just looking around or he's just looking for you to be like, yeah, fuck you.
That too. Because I was like, yo, man, get down. He just kind of looks at me like, I'm not getting down. I'm like, you're going to get fucking down. Now I got to go get my shoes on because I'm going to beat his ass for all the neighbors. There's a different mentality between like dealing with a male versus a female.
Oh, absolutely.
Maybe it's because she's so damn good and he's such a peckerhead. Dude, he just does stupid shit. Like, he has this thing where he goes to the top of the stairs and he won't let me down. And then when we do go down, he'll slide his front paws, like, down, and he, like, keeps his back leg straight. And he just smacks his dick off each step all the way
this
down.
Fucking guy. Are you serious?
I'm like, what's this? And, like, if I have, like, a friend over, like, especially, like, the girls, all he does, dude, is like try to like mount their head.
What?
Yeah, dude. He's like, he gets up there. He's like, you want to see my
check
pecker?
this out, bro.
You want to see it? You want to see my pecker? You're like, no, get the hell out of here, dude. It's a
male dogs are fucked up,
dude. It's awesome, but I get the sentiment of like, you know, but like when he cries, I was like, shut up, you little bitch. But like if she like moans, like, yeah, you all right? I'm like checking her out, making sure everything's stable.
Yeah.
You want to go to the vet? We're cool. I'll spend that $200. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, I grew up. Now I don't like female dogs. I like other people's female dogs. I don't want one. Growing up, we had two. One was a German Shepherd, and one was an Akita.
Oh wow!
And my parents would not. Finally, my mom lays the law down. I was like, Bob, we are getting these fucking dogs neutered. It's just. I wake up in the middle of the night and the dog has a pair of fucking tighty whities on because she's fucking in heat. And I'm like, I'm young. Like, what the fuck is going on here? There's like spots on the ground and shit. I'm like, why do we have these animals? So finally, that ended, but it scarred me. I don't want to deal with that.
No, I never dealt with a female dog that wasn't spaded.
Well, normal people don't. Yeah.
Yeah, I never.
Yeah.
Dude, what was that? German Shepherd and Akita?
And an Akita.
Oh, so like two dogs that can fucking kill you.
Yeah. So it's like,
yeah,
yes.
Yeah.
I hated both of them. They suck. They were sucky dogs. The one attacked the male, literally attacked the, jumped the fence, the German Shepherd, jumped the fence and attacked the mailman. He's getting maced and didn't do anything. Guy's trying to kick it while he's maced all over the
Just
place.
himself.
Pretty much. The Akita killed, we used to have a Yorkshire Terrier. That dog was probably 25 fucking years old. The thing would not die, and the Akita killed it. So, like, female dogs. I'm saying. I won't get one. My next dog is going to be a Scottish Terrier named Rick.
Wow, you've already planned it.
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah?
Put a little fucking Argyle sweater on him.
Oh, for Christ's sake.
He's going to be he's going to have a beard and shit. Dude.
Why Rick?
Oh, yeah, Rick's in right now.
Yeah?
I like the name Rick.
Sorry, I can deal with Rick.
Yo, Rick.
It's kind of cool getting like a dog.
She wants to name
real,
everything.
Like, human name.
Lynn's wants to name everything fucking Kevin.
What?
I've never met a Kevin that I've liked.
That's fair.
Not once. Not once.
I'd have to think about that one a little bit.
No, not one. Yeah, that was enough time. Not one. Kevin. But Let me get this bad read out of the way.
Okay.
If you're a flannel-wearing, burly-bearded guy like me, you're looking for the best place to find products that are right for your face, raccoon. Look no further. Warlord Beard Oil is the best in the biz. The owner, Bud, is a United States military veteran, and we support our armed forces here at Old City Sports Network. Go to www.warlordbeardoil.com and use our promo code OLDSPORTS in all caps for 15% off your soaps, beard oils, beard scrubs, car air fresheners, and even cologne for your furry friends. Benson and Havoc Bell rock the cedar scented cologne, and I'll tell you, it makes the world of difference. Make sure you spend more than $65 to get yourself some free shipping, which isn't hard once you find out that the Southern Tobacco line is the best smelling thing on the planet. This is Jesse Bell, owner and credentialed media of the Philadelphia Flyers and Old City Sports Network. And Warlord Beard Oil is the only product that we use at Old City Sports. I can't wait for your brother Scott to hear this. Oh, because I'm telling you, he's gonna lose his mind. Yeah, I am in the process of overcoming it. I do the carnivore diet.
You're doing what?
I do the carnivore diet. But because I'm diabetic, I can't do the full thing because I can't go into keto. Because I won't, if I do anything out of that realm, it'll have long-lasting negative effects. So I don't even take my blood sugar anymore. Only eat stuff. Well, every now, I mean, this is, yeah, that's good for you.
That's good for you?
It is. It actually is.
What is it?
It's a Bang. So Bang has a chemical in it, well, actually a natural thing in it. Let me find it. Before I methylcobalamin. There's one with it's cyanocobalamin is in everything else. I literally follow the regimen of Dana White and Joe.
Okay.
Gary Brecka is the guy. You know, it's called the what the fuck test. It's a gene test. They take your blood and they test your genes, and they can literally almost like pretty much predict what you're gonna die of and how long you have to live just from your genes.
Oh shit.
So Dana White did it. If you notice, Dana White's like real thin now and like kind of ripped. He used to be heavier.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that guy got him on his regiment, and Joe Rogan is on the same shit. So, figure why not? Feel great. I only eat stuff that comes from animals while I'm at work. So when I am at work, I'll have my coffee with half and half from an animal.
Mm-hmm. What animal's the coffee from?
Coffee's the one thing I do. I do not.
Okay.
I can't get off of. Can't get off of that.
Okay.
But by the time I get home, I have probably 12 carbs, and then when I get home, whatever Lynn's makes, I can, whatever. My blood sugar doesn't fucking move. So, Dana White's diabetic, doesn't take any medicine anymore.
That's good.
So that's what I'm going towards.
Are you taking medicine now?
I am. I have 3 now, but 2 of them are willingly. It was my idea because I want to figure this thing out. I got really good insurance, so mine's fucking well.
Yeah.
But
so when you brought that down with you, I thought you were bringing like a seltzer or some kind of weird, crazy craft beer. I didn't know you were drinking Bang.
yes, it's the only one that they said to drink.
Is it alcoholic? I don't know.
No, it's energy drink.
Oh.
It has that other one that cyanocobalamin is in. I take B12 vitamins and vitamin D every day. To find the pills like vitamins that have that natural thing in it is almost impossible. I had to go to 3 different fucking Walgreens. They all have that cyanocobalamin shit in it. It's basically arsenic.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's real cool. Real cool.
Nice.
Another thing, did you drink the what the fuck, Celsius? Did you hear about that shit?
I've seen it, but I never.
Gary Brecka is the guy that if you ever see the reel, it's him. He's the one that's telling you that it's literally runoff from sewage treatment plants is in it, and they solidify it and then dust it into fucking Celsius.
Really?
I used to drink that. How much a day?
Huh. I had one, and it felt like I was drinking a freaking like a seltzer at work. And I was like, I don't really like how this goes.
What, the Celsius?
Yeah.
There was one that I loved a lot, and it was like the Tropical Vibes one. I love pineapple and coconut.
think this was like some kind of like blackberry. I mean, it literally felt like I was drinking like a White Claw. I was like, I'm not dealing with this shit.
Well, you don't want to do that.
Nah. I don't need that at all.
Just making sure you stand right. Pull that towards you a little bit more. It bends. You can pull it. It's not good. There you go.
Gonna pull it. Ain't gonna break.
What were we just talking about? We were gonna bring up.
Oh, well, I offered you some Skittles.
Oh, yeah.
And you said, no, I'm diabetic. And I thought you overcame diabetes. And
No. So there was a long time where I was like, I'm not diabetic.
You were in diabetic denial?
I was in diabetic denial.
I like that.
But, yeah, totally diabetic.
When you told me you beat diabetes, I kind of looked at like, all right, man. That's what you think.
Yeah, I was. There's a couple times went through some shit. Well, I was such a traumatic. When it happened, it was an absolute traumatic experience. That last year. Well, it's been a year since I've not been stressed out by the diabetes. So like, for a while, I was like, I'm gonna fucking die. Whenever I got a headache, I'm like, oh my god, I'm fucked up. Anything like pulled a muscle, I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna die. Not the case. Right. But when I became diabetic, I fucking went blind. Like, all kinds of shit happened. My blood sugar was like 1156.
Mm-hmm.
Should be like 125. So I can really tell when it's going, you know. But I don't eat shit anymore. I still drink, but you know.
How's that working for your diabetes?
Well, let me tell you something. So, my body doesn't have a fucking barcode reader in it. So, carbs are carbs. Throw it down that way. You know? So I could be, for all my body knows, I could be eating bread.
You don't think the alcohol has any mix in that at all?
Well, I don't drink as much as I used to. And I don't drink as much as I used to. I can, but I don't. I'm still there. I'm still a fucking champion. Yeah, I got into tequila recently. It's got good circulation effect, good positive circulation effects for diabetics.
Is that so?
Clear.
Do you have a certain brand for this, or is it? This has
been the past. So I went out. I had an event at for the NHL draft at Gridiron. It's called. Used to be Red Zone.
Yeah.
James's. I went out with a couple of my buddies came out to that, and we ended up going to Barnaby's, which I walked in and walked out immediately. I was like, yeah, I fucking hate this place. Yes, Barnaby's.
I think I may have been with you at your last trip to Barnaby's.
But that I had been before. Yeah, yes.
We can get in that later. That's actually
great story. But yeah, before we left, my buddy Craig was like, hey, let's get a shot. I'm like, okay. Just made a lot of money. Let's rock and roll. It's all me, but it's got to be a double shot. I'm like, this is not going well. This is not going well. Last double shot I've ever done was at CR Shenanigans.
Oh, no.
And, yeah, I threw up all over the bathroom.
Yeah. Everybody threw up in that bathroom.
Well, I threw up in the bathroom and cleaned it up and then told the guy that was bartending, yeah, someone just threw up in that bathroom. Like, oh, man, I got clean up. So I cleaned it up. Don't worry. I was like, oh, dude, I'll give you a shot. I'm like, oh, no. Oh, no, it's backfired. Like,
yeah.
I was like, all right, well, let me get a fireball. He's like, no, you get what I want to give you. Double shot of Jack. I was like, oh, no. Okay. Came right back up and said, well, someone's got to clean that bathroom back up. But, yeah, it was tequila. He came back with that. I was like, what the fuck is this? Boom. I was like, pretty good there. Went down to the beach. I got something with tequila in it. It's pretty good.
Okay.
But
I had a short-lived tequila run myself. This is when I was living at
water.
No, I'm good for now. Thanks. I was living with my parents. This may have actually been after the Chester house. Because that was that short time before I bought my house. So I had moved home. So I didn't go to Trainer with you.
Mm-hmm.
And I was saving money living at home.
Actually,
and I was drinking real stupid cheap at the time. So like box wine at the time was like $13 a box, which is ridiculous. Yeah. Like for the amount of booze, and I'm going for the effect anyway. But they were also Total Wine was selling these like $9 fifths of tequila. And it was god awful, but it was $9. I was like, whatever. So I would keep it in my room because I was living with my dad who liked tequila.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
And then he found out I had tequila. And I was working a night shift or whatever, and I woke up one morning. I think it was, I don't know if it was his day off or he had just gotten home. It was probably like 10:30 in the morning. And I'm still sleeping. He walked in the room, and I woke up to him like drinking straight out of the fifth, like a fucking animal. don't. And yeah, I'm like, Dad, what are you doing? Dude, he pulled out his mouth, put the cap back on, pulled on the table, was like, fuck you don't pay rent here. And he walked out of my room.
Oh my God.
And I was like, I didn't even have an argument.
Nothing to say there.
I'm like, whatever.
He took it to that level immediately.
He did. When they say alcoholism isn't hereditary, I would beg to differ sometimes, but I'm only going to speak on my alcoholism. I'm not going to talk about anybody else's.
I feel like that also goes into the category of a man having nothing but boys.
Yeah.
You're not going to do that. I'm not going to walk in when Charlotte gets older. You don't even pay rent.
I don't think Charlotte's gonna have a $9 bottle of filtered tequila sitting in her room.
No.
Well,
Again, with the boy. Again, with the boy, if she does, we got a problem. Just you.
Yeah, but yeah, the tequila didn't last long too much after that.
I'm a fan. I mean, I'll do it. I won't go buy it and bring it home. If I'm out, I will. But.
I was actually I was showering before I came over here. I'm just thinking, and I'm like, I haven't bought booze in 2.5 years, and this is clearly before all this inflation stuff because dude, going to the grocery store is insane. I feel like I'm not getting that much, and it's $120. Well, I mean, anywhere you go, but I mean, there's a significant difference between what's happening now and 2.5 years ago. And I'm like, dude, I don't know how much fucking a case of beer is now.
$18.99 for a case, 24-pack of Yingling Light.
Really? The beer prices haven't changed that much?
Not really, no. Especially when COVID happened too, because in Delaware they did the whole it's life sustaining to have beer because there's so many alcoholics in Delaware that if you take it from them, they're all gonna die.
Yeah.
And we were like, me and Linz were like, because I was off for 5 weeks, and I was like, I'm still getting paid. I didn't drink at all. I didn't drink at all. And then I got back, and I was like, well, I should have drank the whole fucking time I was off and getting paid for it. But yeah, they had all the beer stores open. My neighbor, he used to live next door. He worked for the big distributor Standard. So I was getting, while he worked there, I was getting a case of beer for $7, and then kegs were $20 to $30. I was filling that Warlock up. Shit. Didn't last long. I guess I am.
My COVID furlough time was a little different because I'm up in PA and they shut down all the state stores. And I don't know if you remember them talking about if they caught you crossing the state line, they were gonna arrest you.
Right.
And
that's crazy.
I'm like, I'm not drinking. There's no fucking way. So I wouldn't go down at night, but I come down through Marcus Hook or whatever, and I'd be popping into Ridge or some of those other places, feeling like I was doing some special ops shit just to get what I wanted. And when I would go to the one big supermarket thing, not the Total Wine, the other one, it was called Discount maybe.
Yeah,
it was the big one, in the shopping center, the Tri-State.
Yeah,
it was. And dude, just I didn't get up early for shit the entire time I was in furlough, but I would get up early just so I didn't have to deal with the lines there, because they didn't let everybody right in. They only had a max capacity of so many people in the store at the time. You had to have the mask on, but they had it sectioned off in cones in the parking lot, 6 feet apart.
Right. That's fucking shit.
Dude, and it was March, April. It was still cold out in the morning. So it was scary because it was we was still at that point where you didn't know how serious this was, but you're still risking to go out there and just so you wouldn't have to do this soberly.
Yeah.
At least for me.
Yeah.
And And I'm just sitting there, and I felt like I was like, if there was black and white, it would have been like the soup kitchen stuff, like photos of like the Depression when everyone was waiting. And I'm just watching people gliding out of the store with shopping carts of just booze. Now, I would go to the liquor store probably 2, maybe 3 days, depending on what kind of how life was going at that point. And I'm looking at this shit. I'm like, I don't have to do that. I only have to do this maybe once every 2 weeks, dude. It was like a mountain of shit, like just gliding out and out of the thing and just loading my car. It was so much booze, I was embarrassed to bring it into my house. Like I had to wait at night. I'm like, dude, if these neighbors see me,
sneak it in.
cases and cases and cases. Dude, it was a different time to be alive. And dude, I remember like it'd be like 10 o'clock in the morning, and I'm watching some girl trying to pop a fucking watermelon with rubber bands, and she's sitting there drinking. I'm drinking with her. And it's like the world just like hit this weird, scary vacation pause all at the same time.
Yeah.
And it was just like, all right, everyone, let's see who's going to live through this and who's not.
We were doing, we had just started the network then, and we were doing Booze Yard. What we use is called StreamYard. What we're using right now.
Mm-hmm.
We would all get on and just booze. And one night I recorded it, and no one knew. And it was the funniest fucking thing I've ever heard. But obviously could never fuck. I deleted that motherfucker as quick as I could. But after I was done, I even tried to edit it. I was like, there's no, I have to put so many fucking beeps or mute at this time. It was so funny, but it was just horrible. But just watching everybody's reaction to everybody was just like, fuck this COVID shit. It was wild.
It really was.
We turned into a different kind of ad because we have the girls. Kenzie was born during COVID. So we all got it. Charlotte is a fucking animal and is asymptomatic. So at one point she was taking care of everybody. I got slammed. Lynn's got fucking leveled.
Yeah.
It was fucking different. It's definitely different. I'm not going through that again.
I never got physically sick from that shit.
No.
The entire time.
Well, they kept hitting me up because I'm high risk. They were trying to get me to do some fucking testing shit. They were trying to inject me full of something that was supposed to help more. I got one. I didn't get the booster, but I got because I was going into the press box with flyers, and they were requiring it and never fucking asked me for my card, by the way, so I didn't have to do it. It was the only reason I did it. Yeah, I was getting fucking phone calls from like Christiana Hospital. One was from the University of Delaware, saying that there's a program, it's supposed to help people that are high risk get over the symptoms of this quicker if you get it. I was like, no. What do you mean? I mean, I don't like needles anymore, but I mean, I never did, but I'm okay with them now after being diabetic. But I'm not willingly going to fucking shoot me others. If it's a super soldier serum, I'm in. But
I feel like the doctors, if they would have met you and talked to you for 15 minutes, they would have just said, "Just get the fuck out of here." Like, we're not testing.
Leave
this guy.
now.
Yeah, this is
test failed.
This isn't gonna work.
Get the fuck out.
This isn't gonna work. 15 minutes of that conversation, like, yeah, we're not gonna break.
Well, I was always so weird about it too because my work was giving us flu shots every year. They would offer it, and it stopped. And then right before all this stuff happened, we were like, why are we not getting flu shots anymore? And then boom, fucking COVID happened. We were all like, conspiracy?
Just your inner conspiracy theorist?
Well, absolute conspiracy theorist now.
Love it.
I have a show on the network that's all that.
Yeah?
Conspiracy theories, paranormal, and extraterrestrial. Next episode.
Oh, you are viciously scared of
Not anymore. No, not afraid. Not afraid. No.
How'd that change?
What do you mean? No, I'm just interested.
So you were scared of
aliens. You know who is afraid, though? Both of the girls.
That's no fun to me. I get no.
What?
I get really humor watching you get scared of shit.
I'm not afraid of that anymore. I promise you.
You're a fucking liar.
I'm not lying.
What changed? You're just like one day like,
no,
I'm not afraid of aliens anymore.
So it's like it was kind of like a switch flip. I got into the podcasting, and now there's so many out there that there's so many stories about all of that shit, and now it's starting to it was in the news and all that about it happening, and they're whatever, whether it's a smoke screen for other things going on to get your attention off of other government things that are happening or not. I'm obsessed with it now. Now it's not even a fear. I'm absolutely obsessed with it now. Weaponized on Spotify. You did that.
Nice plug,
bro.
Good plug.
I'm trying to get the guy on the show.
Okay.
What? Stephen Greer, you ever heard of him?
No.
Look him up. Billy Carson, you ever heard of him?
Yes. Heard of.
Yeah, Joe, you listen to Joe Rogan?
A little bit. I don't have the time to like listening.
That's all I do. That's all I do at work.
Just listen to Joe Rogan.
Drive forklift around there. But those two were both on there. Blow your mind. It makes you not. Well, it made me not afraid of it anymore. Because it's pretty cool. It's cooler than just being afraid.
You must have been like freaking when that shit happened down in Florida at that mall.
Yeah, that was just all. No.
You know that like any type of
this has been going
on.
No, listen. I have been in. No, fucking come on. I've been in this state of mind with the extraterrestrial thing for about 3 to 4 years. Not afraid.
So wait, like I said Nephilim, and you're.
I'll do religion.
Okay.
I think it's all connected.
Well, yeah. I mean, Jesus Christ, you put on History Channel, it's going to have ancient aliens on.
Yeah, I like that. I honestly haven't sat through an entire episode of that.
You'll like if that's what you're into.
Yeah,
you'll love that shit.
Too many things make too much sense. You know.
I don't know what happened to me, but like I never gave a shit about pretty much anything at all.
Me neither.
But like I just like it was like I think I got caught up in like a Instagram reel about the pyramids. Mm-hmm. Like you know what? Egyptian like this. I mean, I just started watching it and started getting into all this, like these theories and how
the rabbit holes
these
deep
fucking things. And I never really thought about it, like how big the universe is.
Oh yeah,
and how small we are. And what is a timeline of all this stuff? Like I remember watching like life after.
You notice the camera's moving.
Why is it moving?
Because it's AI.
Because I'm doing this shit.
Yeah.
Fucking creep.
Pretty scary. Anyway.
I know, like
that rabbit hole is very, very, very deep.
Well, yeah, because I never really thought about it because like you see these gigantic things that are around us at all times, highways and the technology and buildings and all the other shit.
Yep.
It wouldn't take that long for these things to sort of go away and crumble and the earth to sort of like just kind of take over to the point where it was like we never existed. So when you have these gigantic structures like the pyramids, like they've lasted and outdone all this other stuff, and you start really questioning everything that you learned and all that. And because I could never watch Ancient Aliens, I see that. I think Ancient Aliens. I think that fucking creep with the guy.
That's why I have no time for that guy.
But
Graham Hancock guy, I think he's on there too. He's fucking cool.
Yeah, I listened to him and some other nerd arguing on Joe Rogan's for like 20 minutes. I don't know, but like the guy, you know what he sounded like? He sounded like Zach Galifianakis if he sucked dick twice a week. Like he's like, my dad and this, and my dad and this. And
I honestly only listen to the Joe Rogan ones that are either extraterrestrial or like Elon Musk. Or like the way that the world is going, or something like that. I won't like Theo Vaughn's funny as fuck. But you'll hear something fucking wild. Do you know who owns the inside of the Great Pyramid of Giza and a part of the Grand Canyon?
NASA.
Yeah, that's fucking something's weird there. Like, what do you want? What are you doing in there?
Yeah, that's not space, bro.
It's not space. It's all connected.
They have a whole bunch of stupid, well, not stupid shit, but a whole lot of other places where you're like, you would never think that the
whole Antarctica thing.
Dude, it's crazy.
Yeah.
No, though I do get a real kick out of the flat Earth stuff. People talking about the ice wall.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Have you ever watched it?
What?
People like talking flat Earth.
Uh-huh.
And do you know what
not so much flat Earth, but like what's that? Inner Earth or whatever? What's it called?
think it's just sort of right, like the inner world.
So, fuck, I forget what it's called. Admiral Byrd and all that shit, and yeah, the guy that's back in the way back fucking flew into some fucking cave, and there were people there.
Well, yeah, there's
I forget what it's called. Not Inner Earth, but
there's the guy who flew back in like World War II.
Admiral
era.
Byrd, yeah.
But then there was another one who like sailed there in like the 1800s.
Yeah.
At like Wilson or something like that. Like that's all like kind of, but like I just think the ice wall thing is kind of funny. It's like how unfucking are you? Like you're like all this stuff pops up after.
Yeah, I was gonna
like,
say
life beyond the wall.
Well, I mean, there's a bunch. I mean, there's a couple pods that I listen to that are ex-military guys. Sean Ryan, I think it is. Sean, I think it's the Sean Ryan podcast. He had a guy on that was a firefighter for an Antarctica testing facility, and he said that they have there was a earthquake that happened in Christchurch, New Zealand, and it was because they turned some machine on down there. And he was saying all kinds of shit, and I was like, I also noticed his every other podcast is like 3 hours long. His was like a half hour. Like, hold on a minute, there's this fucking guy saying some crazy shit. Shit is wild. Like I said, there's no fear whatsoever. I mean, it may go back to having children. You're like not allowed to be. I'm not allowed to be afraid of things. Like you could probably ask your brother. Like there's a whole nother. Your brother's an animal. Like your brother's done some questionable shit to me, and I've been like, who the fuck? Like, what is this shit? Remember he drug that beer bottle across my face at DJ's old house?
I don't remember.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I was blacked out.
You were, yeah. We were sitting there. Your brother used to fuck with me all the time. Like, I don't know why the fuck he is doing this. Like, why are you fucking Dan is right there. Like, he is prime targeting right now.
That's what
I think Sean had him handled. But yeah, and I looked at you and I said, get him now. And then it ended. But he has these two girls. You turn into an absolute another beast when you have girls. Like, it's just I have a whenever we go to Walmart, I have a certain place that I pull the cart into because no one can get to them without going near me. So like the main focus in life right now is for me staying healthy so I can fucking kill you if you come near my children.
So you're like in protection mode.
Oh, absolutely. Every single day of the week.
Okay.
I love it though, because like I said, I have never, since Lynn's, I say it all the time, you can vouch for this. The guy that was here, Adam, was here before. I said this on the other episode. Lynn's pulled me out of hell. And the girls absolutely saved my life. Like, I was going down. I mean, I went to jail. You know, that fucking sucked. Not doing shit. I was always fighting. I love fighting. I'm not going to lie. But, like, it's a whole nother animal. The protection is one thing. Like, you have I go first. My parents do the thing where, the dogs are the first line of protection. I'm like, nah. If you walk into my room and look at my windowsill, somebody gave me a pair of Wolverine claws. Well, now they're sharpened and they're in a pair of leather gloves through it. So now if you come anywhere near my room or my front door, I put them on and kill you. If you look, and this is how my brain works now all the time.
I'm learning.
You just walked into my house now, right?
Yeah.
You notice that like it's very difficult to walk in. You can't fit a lot of people in there. It's like the hot gates in 300. Like, I'm gonna fucking kill you. 8 people could probably try to get through them. They're all gonna die. So that's how my mind operates now.
So you put your Freddy Krueger gloves and start scratching everyone like a kitty.
That's like a little kitty. That's how it is though now, man. I love it though. I love having it.
I know what I get it. Like, I could always see you having like the fatherly instincts, like knowing you like as long as I've known you. But like I always
like to take care. I've always been the guy that I've never really bullied anybody. I've always taken care of the kids that got bullied. Maybe that changed when I met you guys, but there were some questionable times there.
Yeah.
But and even whenever Gil was getting his ass kicked at the show, here I come, you know. Always.
Well, I can see that. I mean, my mind when you said, Scott's an animal. It's kind of is kind of funny to me because like the only like I'm just thinking since he's been a father, the only weird thing that I saw him do and assignment with that was one time his dog shit in my in one of the rooms, and my mom yelled, "Scott, the dog shit in the room," and he walked over and he picked up the shit with his bare hand and threw it in the toilet, and he did it so effortlessly without thought.
Didn't even miss a beat.
Yeah, and I'm watching this.
Like fresh shit.
Yeah, fresh shit. Body heat still.
Steamer.
I just I remember seeing him be like, "Well, that's different." Like
It's different. It's like some Kensington shit.
Yeah, like he's like, I got this. Like, shit, pick up, bye. Like,
What? I mean, if you think about it logically, you just go wash your hands and the deal's done.
Yeah,
Deal's done.
I suggest it. I mean, you're gonna wash up, right?
I'm gonna go. Oh, yeah. I'm gonna go fucking grill.
Yeah.
Like that.
Dude, no. I mean, he's real into that too. Like, he's got like all this like grill stuff. Like,
it happens.
He's like.
I tried the smoking thing for a little bit. I'm fucking done with that. Yeah, get that shit the fuck out of here.
He's got that. Dude, like he does like the turkeys and he like really goes at it. Like I really think it's mostly because he likes getting away from everybody.
Yeah.
Like all this shit. Like he's got that tractor. And he just gets on there, and it's like that's like his 2 hours just to be by himself. It's like dad time.
Yeah.
So like being outside, he gets to go do it. But like he's learned to do all this like crazy shit. And I don't know if it's out of like father parenting nurturing thing or if Breeze just beat him into like some other kind of reasonableness. She's like, Scott, I have an idea, and I think that you should run this on YouTube. And he's like, you know what? Yeah, we'll save money. And he likes doing it. And he's like going to fucking Lowe's or Home Depot and. He build stuff. He built a pool.
What?
In his backyard, like a filtered fucking pool. Like dug the hole himself.
Yeah.
Like the Undertaker.
I think it probably has a lot to do with. I don't know. I think a lot about. Obviously, I don't get too much into politics, but like what's gonna happen in November. Obviously, my parents are like, "We're gonna gun Jess." I'm like, not gonna do that. I refuse to do that. The kids are. I just can't do it. What's next? And like Matt Bannon, he's like this, and the guy I had on Adam, they're very good with their hands. Like I can build shit too. I'm not going to. Mm-hmm. Not right now. Why do I need to build something right now? Right. I built a retaining wall over here because my old one fell. That was like the first year we moved in.
I remember.
Yeah, I'm not doing it.
I was there.
I'm not doing it. So yeah, he might just. Maybe thinking like that, like maybe I need to learn how to do all these things in case something happens, but it's more likely going to be like I get the fuck out of here. This shit gets crazy. Yeah. It gets wild. Like these two, I mean, Kenzie will just punch you in the face for no reason. Charlotte is she's like a teenager now, so she'll be 8 in February. So like, it's the Wild Kingdom.
Right.
And hearing the stories, Charlotte had a problem at school. Some kid was bullying her. Actually, a kid jacked her up in the bathroom, because she had witnessed that kid fighting or choking some other kid in the hallway, and I didn't start going at it till I was in 3rd grade. So I'm like, why are they fighting in 2nd grade? Like, what the fuck's going on here? Charlotte told her, you don't have to fight, just talk it out. The girl just grabbed her, jacked her against the wall. So Linz comes home. She's like, I need to tell you something. And I'm like, what? She's like, don't freak out. Don't freak out. Obviously, I'm like.
You're gonna freak out.
Well, Well, does she have a dad? Probably not. No. Just throwing that out there.
Okay.
So.
Man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I was pissed.
I read between the lines there. That was good.
Yeah. I was fucking pissed. And then she contacted the principal. The girl doesn't go to school there anymore. Goodbye. Like, goodbye. But
whisk them out.
Well, crazy thing is you go to like teacher night. Kids, Char's in 2nd grade. Kids, I think goes to 5th or 4th grade. Upperclassmen are, hey Char, what's going on? What's up, guys? Like, are you that cool? Like, is that happening? Like, what's going on here? It's just everyone loves her. Kenzie starts next year. Whole another ball game. We've warned everybody. Like, it's not going to be like Charlotte. Get your in-school suspension ready. It'll be a time for sure.
Fair enough.
How old are Scott's?
1.5 and 6.
She's younger than Charlotte by that much.
Maybe. Yeah, she's 1.5.
Yep.
Oh wait, and then the other one's 6.
Mm.
She's a piece of work, man.
The 6-year-old.
Yeah. She sees Uncle AJ coming a mile away and wants to fucking fight with me, man. She's like
throwing hands.
not even fight. She's just wired a little bit different upstairs. Like I'll be like, hey, how you doing, Alan? And she's just like, Uncle AJ, and just like keeps walking, like just gives me like the cold shit. And like, oh, you want to go? Like, she like borrowed like a little like $5 from me. I've charged so much interest. That's just like
the kid
$7. Fuck yeah, juice is on, little shit. I figure by the time she gets her first job when he's like 14, I can scrounge up a little bit of AJ money there.
Money is wild with kids. So when I was younger, I never wanted for anything, but when I got to a certain age, it was like, you're going to work. Like, you're going to do your own thing. Charlotte got $25 yesterday from her grandmother to buy new some shirts that she wants or whatever from wherever. So I put the money up today. We wake up. Charlotte goes, yeah, where's the $25 at? I said, well, it's where Mom put it. Like, or whoever put it. She goes, all right, well, I'm going to go buy this and that. I'm like, no. Lindsay's like, no, it's for this. She goes, that's my money, and I'll do what I want with it. I was like, I don't think you're going to win this, Lynn. Mind you, $25, one shirt. But, yeah, not playing the game. Like, not playing. I'll buy whatever I want. God, I was not like that. Like, they didn't give me money. Crazy. Not when I'm 7.
I mean, we used to like when we would go visit like my grandparents and stuff like that. We would get money, and my parents used to take the envelopes or whatever, and we would never see the money again. Like we knew we got money, but we weren't going to see it. And then I started accusing my mom of stealing this shit. And she's like, "No, you little bastard! Like here's like this is money for like later down the road. Like they were like putting the money in the bank and all that other stuff, like a little savings accounts that they were setting up, like the CDs and all that." The little higher interest rate stuff. Yeah, kids are funny with that shit. She gets mad as fuck when I bring that money up, too.
Yeah.
Like, yo, where's my money at? I don't owe you no money, Uncle AJ. I'm like, who the hell are you talking to me with all that brass in your voice?
I think it's hilarious. I don't remember being like that when I was that young.
I think that might be like a little girl thing, to be honest.
It's definitely a girl thing.
Because
about Disney, have you guys had that conversation yet?
What do you mean?
So Disney is very expensive now. Like it's like crazy expensive.
Oh, yeah, you got to take a loan out.
Yeah. So we're saving money. Kenzie just turned 4 on Friday. Charlotte will be 8 in February. So I said, listen, like we got to wait till Kenzie is old enough to remember because she's not going to remember anything before 5. It's just not going to happen. So we started saving just like coins in a coffee can. A week goes by. We probably have enough to go to Disney now. Like, excuse me, you can check that thing? Dad, I got $80 upstairs. I think I can do it. I'm like, you just not getting it.
Nah.
Like, crazy amounts of money, how much that costs.
Right.
Plus, I don't want to go anywhere. Only going anywhere.
I don't see Disney being a very nurturing habitat for you.
No. No. Well, I want to go and make my own fucking lightsaber, but like I'm not paying $200. I'm definitely gonna steal that thing.
Just walk out with someone's lightsaber.
Fuck you. I'll wear a sheet from the hotel and everything.
You got a lightsaber effect on there or what?
Nah.
That's a little disappointing.
I don't think so. Nah.
That is incredible. If you ever have Will on here, you better have that shit.
I'd have to get him out of his house. Been like that for a while now. I talked to him the other day. I don't remember about what.
He's such a better friend than me. He calls me.
He called me when I was on vacation.
Yeah.
I was not in the...
He actually calls and shit. He'll be like driving home for whatever job, and I'll shoot the shit. Let's talk, talk or whatever. Yeah, Nicole still has both hands on them nuts.
It's probably for the best. I mean,
He needs that kind of structure in his life.
I don't really make too many decisions here.
Nah?
I'm down here.
Oh, well, this is your...
When it comes to what I'm doing like this, I do what I want. But once I walk upstairs, no shot.
No power there, huh?
Well, the two boys are the only boys in the house. The dogs are the two boys. I'm outnumbered by fucking 3 once they pass.
It's true.
I'm done. People are talking about, oh, you guys gonna try for another one? No. Fuck no.
No?
No. I'm getting snipped.
When?
I'm gonna. Matt got snipped.
Didn't Courtney do it?
That was a long time ago.
Just...
Yeah, he went and got it done. I was like, oh, yeah. Went in real quick. I was out of work for a day and done deal. But then you can't do anything for like 6 weeks. I'm like,
well, like pick stuff up.
No, you can't any sexual activity for like 6 weeks.
Oh,
and then you got to go back and you got to do the deed in the cup and all this shit. And I'm not fucking doing all this.
That's a little fucked up if you like kind of like just like out of the box thinking a little bit. Like, all right, we're gonna come in there, we're gonna ice you up, we're gonna snip you.
Yeah.
And you ain't allowed to do
nothing. They needle you. Needle.
What?
Put a fucking needle in your fucking ball bag. No.
For like the numbing effect?
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess that's better than sitting there with a pack of ice on your nuts.
The amount of sweat that's gonna come out of my body when fucking Dr. Dickhead comes up with a needle and tries to shove that shit into my nuts. I don't know, man.
Can I come with you?
Hell no.
No?
Maybe we
Moral
should.
support?
Maybe we should, content wise. That would go viral within
seconds. Dude, I just got like the mic. I'm like, come on, talk to me, Jess.
That'd be the best.
No, like, I mean, it's just like, you go in there, they do the thing, and now like 6 weeks, I can't do nothing. And then I got to come in and like
to make sure that it's cool.
Just to make sure that you did your job.
Right.
I got to like do this here in your office into a cup and be like, like.
And you're not even going to give me a hand.
Huh?
And they're not even going to give you a hand.
And no one going to There you go. I mean, Linz, I need a little bit of support at the doctor. It
doesn't sound like a good time, like at all. And to be honest with you, just solve a problem by putting.
Do you think it hurts after 6 weeks? Did you ask Matt?
What I'm afraid of, I don't really get into it too much with him. I know at one point we were like, oh, do you want to go together? And I was like, no, like, what the fuck is this? Like, what? I'm going to scream. Like, I'm going to scream probably.
It's reversible too, isn't it?
Yeah. Like you can, yeah. Not like the women's. I mean, that's a whole fucking.
That is.
And that was my decision too. Well,
it's like a mega highway of shit right there.
It was, I would correct myself. Not my decision, but Lynn's was like, can't. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it now. But she didn't have any C-section, so I mean, I don't know. It's a weird thing. I'm not, and my fear is that I'm like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm not going back to the doctor. I'm just gonna, and then something's gonna go wrong.
You go pregnant again?
Well, not even just that. Just like your fucking shit doesn't go. It didn't heal all the way or something, and it's just like, woo, or I don't know. There's a lot of fear going on down there.
Just by the look on your face, I kind of want to know what these fears are. Outside of spew,
kind of covered it.
Like you're afraid it's not going to work, or it's going to work too good.
So it's the reason? So it takes 9 weeks for that to fucking heal. The one place in your body that blood pumps the most, the probably most activity besides your heart, and it takes 9 weeks to heal that.
Yeah,
not gonna jerk off for 9 weeks.
It was 6 weeks.
What? I think it's like 8 to 9, something like that.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
We got Google down here, don't we?
I do.
I mean, these are. I don't know. I'd like to know. Does it hurt?
He said it did not hurt. He said it was pressure and it was over before. It was before you know it. After a
vasectomy.
Ah, I was totally wrong. Wait, after vasectomy, you can usually have sex about a week later, but you should still use birth control until your doctor tests your See?
So Courtney had her hands in this. She's like, I ain't fucking with you for at least
Something's going on there because it was
60,
not a week.
What's 60 days? 2 months?
Yeah. Yeah, he definitely told me it was not. It was like it's like fucking like easily 6 weeks. He told me. But she was like,
that was Courtney. That wasn't the doctor. Matt would have her talk to the doctor.
I may have. Yeah, she probably did it without. Yeah, I may do it now. That sounds a week is okay. I might do.
Can you go a week without jacking off?
Why not? Yeah.
So, all right.
Maybe.
I'm a single guy.
Yeah.
I live alone.
Yeah.
I have 2 dogs. That is a whenever I want, however I want kind of thing for me.
There's no
How
game.
does that work for dads with kids?
The game is back. The game is back. Yeah. The game comes back. So it's just like I actually one of the things that I do want to. Well, yeah, I want to ask you about what dating, how dating is different from but it's like dating again. It is like that. Like you gotta have you gotta have moves, not moves, but like you gotta do it right. It's not just any guy that literally says that they go up to their wife and goes, "Yeah, let me get a blowjob." That's not how that works. There's no fucking way in hell.
I wasn't even going to be that intrusive about what's your fucking sex life with your wife. I'm talking about like.
What?
Do you actually even get to do that in a week most of the time?
What,
like
jerk off?
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you mean?
I don't know. It seems like a real busy time to be a dad.
I'm out.
Like, huh?
I'm out. If it's time, it's time. I'm out. See ya. Get a shower real quick.
Yeah.
Boom. No mess.
So there's a system.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you gotta figure it out. You gotta know the way of the world.
You ever get caught?
No.
No? Is she listening right now?
No, she doesn't listen to any of the pods.
She's never caught you once.
No. Well, you gotta be strategic about it. Look, are we gonna share water, or if you don't share water, then she's not in there.
No, because I remember I just want I remember hearing stories about like Sean Brown and Scott, and I'm getting caught. Yeah, and they're amazing stories. Amazing. Like Scott got caught.
You got it, fucking.
So Scott got caught in the greatest way ever. Not the. I mean, it's pretty epic. So this is when he was living down in Delaware.
Oh yeah.
So you remember how that that big living room, the big sliding glass door, the doorway with the fucking side light windows and all that. There's a lot of open space for someone to see you if they wanted to kind of look through and be. But her sister and her grandmother were in town. They were going to go see fucking Taylor Swift or some shit in Hershey, PA for the weekend. Okay. So they met there at the apartment. And Scott's like, yay, weekend myself, just him and the dog, and all the kiss goodbyes and all that other shit.
Yeah.
And they leave. So, he didn't waste no fucking time.
He went right at it.
Right into it. Wow. I guess he probably watched the car go around. He's smoking a cigarette.
Gotta give us some time.
Go down Delaware Avenue. Me time. Wow. So he goes in the living room, and at the time he had this big, gigantic fucking TV in there with surround sound. So, scream all you want, Dick. No one's gonna hear. You're on your own, buddy.
Yep.
So I guess Bree got to almost 95, and she realizes,
which isn't that far.
It's not that far.
No, it's like a block.
It was more than. I mean, it was probably.
Well, actually, leaving is a little bit longer than. Yeah. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
So they're in the 95 area, but I guess she had to turn around either at the first exit or whatever, because they realized that they forgot the tickets. They forgot the tickets.
Oh man!
So Scott's sitting there.
They did.
Scott's sitting there going, and he never sees the shadow walk by the door on the side on the side of the door, and then he hears the keys hit the fucking door. So this asshole had to jump over the ottoman, butt ass naked, while turning the porn off on the TV, and then hitting to the kitchen where the hallway was to get out of there. And I guess she caught him mid-jump.
Over the ottoman.
Over the ottoman. Just freeze frame that for a second, if it just for a visual.
Oh my god!
So her first reaction wasn't even that she just caught him jacking off. Her first reaction was that she thought he was already cheating on her.
Oh
So now all this shit's going on. The dog's excited. Scott's naked. He's like trying to get, whatever. And she's doing a full sweep
of the
of the entire apartment.
CIA style.
Check in everything. She's looking in the fucking in the tub. She's looking, in cabinets, look, making sure there isn't a girl hiding, someone in there,
God.
and then decided to give him, I guess, the grief about him off in the living room.
Yes,
so there's that, and then there's a time, I guess, when Aaron walked in on Sean Brown, and he didn't run. This is when they were living at that place off the Neiman's or whatever.
Down the street from her.
Yeah, and he stood up butt ass naked and yelled at her for walking in while he was having his me time. Yeah, dude. But I mean, I can so imagine, hi, honey. Oh my God, you fucking bitch! What are you doing? Yeah, like, how do you turn that around? I guess a good defense is
that's
good
like
offense.
That's like when I've seen all the videos of guys getting caught. What was it? Oh, the women getting caught cheating on the guys. Well, you were supposed to be at work. Just flips it around. You were supposed to be here. in his fashion. When in reality he wasn't supposed to be there, which is very funny.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've been in that place a couple times. Yeah, no, there's a method. You just gotta,
Dude, and the best part is I didn't even hear these stories from them.
So what, Aaron told you? Okay.
And Brianna told me at the same time. I heard this story all at the same time.
Same night, same day,
same table. And I'm sitting there and I'm listening to shit. And I'm like, can you fucking imagine if all the guys got together and started telling embarrassing sex stories or some shit about them while they weren't there to defend themselves or anything? You'd be fucking dead.
Yeah. Yes.
Be fucking dead.
Yes. Yeah.
I don't like that double standard.
There's a lot of that.
If you can talk about catching me jerk off, I should have the liberty to say a couple things about you that maybe some people don't want to talk about.
Yeah, I don't have that problem. We don't.
Well,
we don't. No.
No.
If she were to be at that stage, she would just laugh and there would be no conversation.
Right.
Well, I don't get caught. First off,
I
just don't. Like a fucking Navy SEAL.
I'm going to do some background on that.
There's no footprints on the beach. Huh?
No.
Oh no! In and out. They should get caught though. Those two. That they would be like other people like Dan. Like you're not catching him because he's not hiding. You know what I'm saying? Like there's people like I'm not really hiding either. But
fucking Dan.
Yeah. What is he? Have you heard from him?
Nah, not really. He just like he's real big on like selling stuff on eBay, and he's like doing real well with it. Like he goes to like antique shows and stuff like that, and he finds stuff that's like really
State
weird.
Sales.
Yeah, he goes like always like almost like a yard, like American picker.
He started doing that shit. Remember when we went golfing?
Yeah.
Yeah, that place was amazing. He was going. I think I went with him to us. Before that, I went to a state sale for some shit. He needed help carrying some shit. That was like a year before that golf trip, and he was into that shit. I'm not. I mean, I do it in the neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
That thing right there, I got for free. The table in front of you.
Oh, okay.
That was free. Fireplace. I literally just picked that up yesterday for free.
Okay.
I'm all over it.
He's really into that shit. And then
he's single.
I don't know.
Or is he with that one chick?
Michelle?
Yeah.
So I think they're still together. It's been like probably close to 3 years now because they started dating in October. So it's been some time, but they're like, I don't know. It sounds like they're on and off. It was funny though, because do you remember hearing about Mrs. Parkside?
Yes. Yep.
So Mrs. Parkside added me on Facebook.
Oh boy.
What's this shit about?
Yes.
What's this shit?
Let's go.
Because the last time I saw Mrs. Parkside, she got mad that we called her Mrs. Parkside. She's like, "What the fuck's that? Was there Mrs. Brookhaven and a Mrs. Eddystone?" And I'm saying, like, "Yeah, damn, what is there?"
Go
like,
a little
just
deep into that.
he's like, "No, it's not like that, Melissa." I'm like, fuck. And so I recognized the name, and I messaged her. I'm like, "Mrs. Parkside?" They're like, "Yeah, that's me." Blah. And we ended up started talking about it. I thought the girl was still in the picture, but apparently she's not. And like, I go and I check out, I scope her Facebook because we're friends and I might as well see it. Like, dude, there's pictures of Mrs. Parkside and Dan's girlfriend. I'm like, what the hell is going on here? I guess they're all like within the same circle.
This sounds like a Dan story.
Yeah, like just whatever it is, it sounds like he's gonna get shot on the side of the road and not die.
I'm shocked he's not. I'm shocked he's still alive. I'll be honest with you.
He's doing well. Apparently, he's like trying to buy a Corvette.
I stepped up from the Spider.
The Mitsubishi fucking
holy
tampon.
Shit,
dude! He bought an electric truck, which my dad went full blown Fox News on him.
Yeah, I imagine that not being
but
move.
It actually makes sense for him because like he has a place where he can charge his truck when he's at work.
Oh, well, I guess. I mean, how far does he work? I mean, he still works. He still work where he always has, right?
Yeah, he's at that place down on the industrial highway.
Yeah, on the waterfront. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's still like 2 hours away, isn't he? That's not that far.
No, where he's coming from.
Maybe still at that house on the water.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I thought that was far away.
The
hour.
No, it's maybe a 40-minute drive, depending on which way. I mean, it's basically right over the Delaware Memorial Bridge.
Oh, okay.
It's just weird kind of getting there. Like, it can take you out of your way real bad, depending on what direction.
It was in the boonies.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the fact that the hardware manager at the hardware store is like also like the governor or the mayor of that town is incredible. They don't have he doesn't
have a trash service.
No trash service.
You have up the mountains, you don't have a trash service. You just go take it to a place.
Right. But like he pays these like stupid taxes. I'm like, for what?
It's New Jersey.
It's New Jersey.
Jersey's fucked up.
But he's telling my dad about the corporate. Like, how the hell is he going to get that into his Hobbit hut?
Yeah. Yeah, right. That driveway was a fucking nightmare.
Yeah.
So I'm surprised no one's driven into the house.
I'm surprised he hasn't driven into the house or the lake.
What?
Imagine that shit getting iced up trying to stop 8,000 pounds of vehicle.
Oh.
Like, that sounds like Dan's going to be swimming.
Yes. Yeah.
Personally, I wish I could have watched him power washing or sandblasting his deck because he was going down into the water getting all that like shit that goes up on there. So literally he's like hooked to a tube and the pressure is literally shooting him into the lake. That had been the funniest shit you've ever seen in your life. Just see the stress bubbles rising above the lake.
Proton pack like a Ghostbuster.
That fucking hair.
So have you dabbled into the dating realm or?
Oh my god!
No, I can only imagine. We were talking about it on vacation about date before. Obviously, we met our wives and shit. What dating was like back in, I could say. Well, me and Linda, October is 11 years we've been together.
Wow.
So 11 years ago, you know. It's got to be horrible now. I mean, dating, it has to be horrible now. Some of the shit that these fucking people think about.
You know, I think, 11 years ago, I was 28 years old.
Right.
You were, 27?
Mm-hmm.
When you're in your 20s and you're going out to bars and you have, a lot of younger friends that are meeting other younger people and, you can sort of, mix and mingle. I think that is almost like an easier mode. But I'm 39.
Yeah.
I've been through a lot. getting sober.
Yeah.
There was a lot of health issues. And like I really had to like take a lot of time to start working on me. Just because like, you know, the physical toll that my drinking obviously took, I took it to as far as you can go without dying.
Yeah.
And it was a lot to sort of like mentally like bring in, and you know, how is my relationships with other people? Because you like when you're in that mode where you've sort of gone off the rails, where this is a social thing, to now this is like a way of living, of getting through a day or a night.
Right.
You know, because at the end of the day, like my disease only wants to get me alone and kill me. That's it. So learning how to like move on from that mentality and like taking care of me and like the relationship I have with my family. Like this is a lot of stuff to, like sort of like overcome. And like there's a lot of weird fears and anxieties about even opening myself up, because I haven't had sober feelings since I was fucking 20 years old.
Yeah.
So like dealing with rejection's different. And as a man, like that's just something you have. That's a bullet you have to fight, regardless of who. You could be the best looking fucking guy on earth, you're going to be rejected. Regardless, you're going to bring some kind of ick to the table that you didn't know about. So, and now everything's so much like online because like dating within like.
Well, is it now? Because that's how I met Linz. So
yeah, I mean.
That's when it just started, though, I think.
You can, but I'm also at the age where I'm not dating 24-year-olds.
Right.
Yeah, I'm dealing with women who have children. They have careers. They are incredibly fucking scorned by past relationships.
Now you're
like,
picking up the pieces of someone else.
I don't know what kind of whirlwind. I'm still working on this whirlwind, let alone like
walking into someone else's.
You know, not even like fix somebody else.
Right.
So like, and it's kind of hard, like that chemistry, and like, there's a lot of, I think, pressure on men to have some kind of like I gotta. It almost feels like I have to entertain you to keep the conversation going.
Yeah.
Because they'll give you these one-word answers. It's like, bitch, you matched me. Like,
yeah, right.
You opened the door. I'm just not like,
right.
You know, so you know, it's difficult, and like you meet up and like you have dinner, and.
There's always a huge level of awkwardness.
Dude, meeting a fucking stranger was like...
Who's going to pay? We're not. Like, we're going to split it.
Nah, I pay.
Yeah.
I pay. I mean, I'm going to hold... If I asked you, I'm gonna pay.
Okay.
I end up paying for most of my friends anyway when I go out.
Yeah, you've done it to me a couple times. I've been like, fuck you, what are you doing?
Yeah, I just, it's just, I don't know. It's just... I have expendable income. So
you've also, for our whole friendship, you've also been more financially stable since we've known each other. I was always not at all. Like, I'm kind of shocked I'm still alive, to be honest. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of, I mean, that's how my parents are. They take offense to it if you're like, no, you don't pay for that. Yeah. But I feel like nowadays, I feel like if me and Lynn's, like, if something were to happen, I would never. And it has nothing to do with like the kids and not like respecting Lynn's wishes. I wouldn't want to obviously bring someone else around the family and such like that. Women nowadays are fucking out of their minds. Some of the shit, and you see the stuff online and it's projected to like your attention. I've firsthand seen some shit and have been like, you would never get away with saying this shit back like when I was like 23. Like, it's not like a sexist thing or anything like that, but it's just dating was easy. It was a one-way street back in the day for me at least. It was just, are we doing this or not? Like, what's going on here? Like, no, okay, cool. See ya.
Yeah, no, I mean,
now if you do that, you're a piece. I mean, I think there's a lot of stress on men nowadays.
Well, I mean. And here's the thing, like a lot of like I think what's happened is like stuff that guys have done that have made women that way as well.
Right.
Like, this like borderline predator type fucking behavior that goes on with these guys. Like, dudes, like just talking to some of them, like the guard that they have to go into this is mind blowing. You're kind of risking your fucking life sometimes being a female and getting out with these guys. But like, these are some of the things you kind of have to do. But we're sort of paying for fucking some of the sins of like a lot of other people.
Yeah.
But the expectations are a little wild sometimes. And it's 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 a lot. I mean, you try. I'm not real good with the online thing, like swiping, and I find it fucking annoying and shallow as shit. But I also like what circles I'm in. Like, I won't fuck with anybody at work.
Yeah,
I'm viciously scared of losing my livelihood.
Yeah,
because all it takes is like a really bad fight or any of that. Like, I can lose my livelihood. Like, taking care of my house and my dogs and all that other stuff's far more important than getting laid.
Things fall into place. Well, we're older now. I mean, you're a year older than me. I mean, we're pushing 40. I mean, I don't even like going out. Like, my buddy Corey was a Facebook event came up. It was like a Johnny Cash cover band or some shit. I saw that he was interested in it, so I was like, fuck it, I'll just click. I was interested. Within 30 seconds, I got a phone call. Yeah, you would do that? Like, where are we going? I've never been to Atlantic City, ever.
Really?
Never been to Atlantic City. It was in Atlantic City, and I was like, all right, let me talk to Linz. For a split second, I was like, yeah, he's like, it's close to your birthday. Let's see, maybe we'll do something like that. And I was like, I got off the phone, and as I was saying it to Linz, I was like, I'm not going. Like, I just don't want to go. Like, when I go to the press box for a flyer, I didn't go all last season, not once.
Yeah.
I don't like going anywhere. I hate going. I go to work, come back. Like, I don't go anywhere. I don't want to. It's not worth something happening. Like today, I went with Linz to Olde, but the whole family went, mainly because I don't like her going by herself anywhere.
Right.
Especially the girls don't usually go, but we all went. And for some reason, the people at Olde are just like New Yorkers. Like, they are fucking animals. So this guy was trying to get by to get to the one line, hits the cart that I'm pushing. I looked at him and was like, you could have said, excuse me. He just looks at me, and I said, oh, I guess you don't speak that language.
Oh.
But like, not like he speaks another language, but like, can't be nice. Can't just say, excuse me. I would have just moved out of the way. Boom. Right. And if I'm like, all right, motherfucker. I leave because it's safe for people outside for me not to go.
Right.
Because I'm fucking animal. I don't have time for it.
Yeah.
It's not worth me getting in trouble at all. I don't go to bars anymore. Or like you're saying, Barnaby's, like if that now back in the day, that would have been cool. But now I'd laugh and just walk away.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's changed out there. I think the whole COVID, everyone not being around each other for a while was like a good thing.
I loved it. We loved it.
But I feel like some people still haven't figured out how to learn how to be present amongst others.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, my as far as like the dating, like my circles are kind of small.
Yeah.
Like, because you got to figure, like, I'm not going to go to bars.
Right.
There's no reason to be there. All my friends are older. It's not like it's not like, friend of friends and all that other shit. Dating within like my program, like, I gotta be real careful of that too.
Yeah,
I'm dealing with someone who, has dealt with the same shit, is dealing with the same shit that I'm dealing with, which is nice to have like a mutual understanding. But that person can take me out as quickly as I can take her out.
Yeah.
And also, like, are they even like okay with dating somebody else?
Yeah.
These girls come in, they in the program they call it 13 stepping, where you get some girl comes in and she's got 30 days, and these guys will be like, oh, like, just this cute girl that comes in, the next thing you know, she's fucking with them, and they send her right back out because she's got to take care of herself. So like, you gotta be very mindful of like what you're doing to other people.
Yeah.
When you're in that kind of thing. Like, I've met like a lot of really good people and like some cute girls and that, but like, dude, it's walking on really weird ice. Really, really weird ice.
I see a lot of people nowadays. There's a couple people from. We'll wrap this bad boy up soon. A lot of people from, and I don't mean this offensive in any way. It's actually not my group of friends from here. When I'm in Oxford, I am legit the only one left alive. I think there's one, but like actual friends. And yeah, shit is wild. You remember Nate? He passed away.
Yeah.
And that was fucking wild. And I think during COVID and the year or two afterwards, I think it was 18 people. I'm not going to 18 funerals. I don't go to funerals anyway. But yeah, the world is definitely weird, especially when it comes to like the substance abuse and all that stuff. But at least you know, my fear was the preaching that some people do when they're in recovery and such. You know, I got that firsthand, and that shit was fucking. I wanted to jump out the fucking window on 95.
Well, I think what ends up happening with that is like you've changed. Your life is just kind of irreversibly changed.
Yeah.
Even if you go kind of like back out and relapse or whatever, like you're gonna have like a belly full of booze and a head full of recovery. So like that first hit into doing this, like you're finding out a whole new way of living, and you recognize that it's a gift because the way you were living to get to this point was so bad that anything just seems so great. So like you see someone who might you're very sensitive to what other people are doing, and like you're almost like kind of taking their inventory. Like this person's got a problem or this person, and you want to help them, but you're so fucking new. And you haven't learned that it's none of your goddamn business yet, that you feel like you almost have to convert somebody.
Right.
Because I've been in that situation too, where you're like, dude, shut the fuck up. Like, I didn't want to hear nothing about this when I was in my active shit.
Right.
I don't think I ever fell into that. No. Like I recognize what I want, but I also had to keep in mind that there was a lot of people in my life that still drank, and it was none of my fucking business. Period. If I'm not cool with it, then I gotta go. Period. It's not for me. It's not for me to change anyone's mind because I know what it means to do the change, and it needs to be you have to be willing. You can't make anybody else fall into your beliefs.
I think it is like, so I do sometimes like think like, if I stop drinking or whatever, like who would I hang out with? Fortunately, all I hang out with is Matt. He's fucking married into the family, so I can't get fucking rid of him. Most of the people, it's family members, but yeah, a lot of the people that I know that are in recovery, it's judgy, and I get it, like I totally get it, but I don't know, sucks. It sucks.
Does it though? I mean, one of the like the funny things about myself that I found out was how delusional I was.
About what?
About having fun after that. Like how am I ever going to have fun again? Like how am I going to hang out with my friends? Yeah, like when I was drinking.
Yeah.
Like blah, 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 and like I got sober when the Phillies went to the World Series and the Eagles went to the Super Bowl.
When they
went to this, I had the same year I got sober. The first year I got sober,
Super Bowl was happening.
Super Bowl and the Phillies. So I was hospitalized. I did all that fucking shit. I moved back home in October. I'm on my own again. I'm feeling that freedom, and I'm driving home and I'm seeing people in their Philly shit because they're beating the piss out of everybody.
Yeah,
like that amazing run when they went to the World Series. I'm like, sports is such a great way to like take your mind off a lot of stuff. And I'm watching it, and I'd be driving, I'd see like the Phillies uniforms, and you see the girls in the red, and they're going into the bars, and like I'm like recapping in my mind when we won the World Series in 08. And you talk about the Super Bowl and they're like the playoffs and how special all that was for them to get there. And I'm thinking about the 2017 Super Bowl, and I'm like, man, like I basically went into self-pity. Like I felt bad that I couldn't do that shit anymore.
Yeah.
The reality of the situation that made me delusional was thinking that I was going to be going to those parties if I was still drinking. Super Bowl 2017, I was passed out at halftime in my living room. I had to watch it the next day. I blacked out for most of the fucking Phillies World Series when we won in '08 drinking with Dan and them guys.
Yeah.
I don't remember any of those games. I wasn't in the moment. I wasn't present in any of that. I'm literally getting myself upset and in this weird state of mind over a party I was never going to go to in the first place. It was just, it's like the reality stone in Marvel.
Right.
You know, like everything looks real great, and then like you swipe it over, everything's on fucking fire, and that's the reality. Like that was the reality of my drinking. So like as soon as I sort of came to grips with like whatever fun I think I'm missing out on, I probably wasn't going to attend anyway. So it was like, you know what, like I can enjoy things now because I'm present and I'm like good with it.
Yeah.
And when like it's on my mind and that's something I want to do, like I always have to be mindful of people, places, and things. And I just have to remove myself when it's not going to be a good place for me to be or people to be around.
You can be around them.
Yeah. But like I'm also like if I'm going to go to a place and I know there's going to be a drink, it's like, oh shucks, I don't go to a bar. I can come over and hang out at the house and watch a Flyers game. I can go over to people's places and they have drinks and like I deal with all that shit. But like I'm also completely mindful that I have to keep in contact with like other people, other alcoholics.
Yeah.
I keep up on like sort of like my spiritual maintenance on this.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't have to like necessarily be part of the party. But I can be there and I can enjoy like talking to somebody and remembering what I talked to them about the next day.
Yeah.
I don't have to worry about a text message like, what the fuck, AJ? Like, those. I don't have to deal with that anymore.
No.
But I can still enjoy shit.
Yeah.
And
I think that's a little bit of the fear of so I'm always watching the Flyers. I mean, obviously. And Lindsay's family is so tight knit that everything is a drinking event.
Yeah.
And there are times where it's like yesterday was Kenzie's 4th birthday party and everybody was drinking, but it didn't get to like an obscene level or anything like that. But yeah, I would be lying if I said that I didn't want to throw an invitation for like a Flyers game at you because I didn't think it was fair for me to be like, yo, dude, like come over and basically watch me drink because I'm going to, and yeah.
But
I wouldn't think it was fair to you.
No, and like, and I get that, and like, dude, you're playing such a funny ground because some people like that are in recovery are like, dude, fuck you, I can't believe you're going to drink from me. Like, dude, that is none of my business.
But
what you do is none of my business. My problem is my problem. And if I'm not cool, it's like kind of on me to do that. Like there is not a single circumstance on earth that is for me to drink again. There's not a single one. It's non-negotiable.
And you're fully recovered.
No, I that's a decision I have to make every day.
Yeah.
But this isn't a recovery podcast.
Yeah.
But like with sports and drinking, like I'm just have to be are there more reasons for me to be here than for me not to be here?
Yeah.
Is it good that I'm being around, friends and family, talking, catching up, watching a sports game? Like that's the shit that I'm there for. If you think I'm going to sit there and pump the keg for you,
yeah,
I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
No, like and some people like that's like a weird boundary. Like I was at like a Christmas party this past holiday, and they're all doing holiday shots at the event, and they hand me and the other sober guy like a double shot of cranberry juice. I'm not doing it.
Or maybe
they want me
to take a shotgun of a seltzer while everyone else is
they don't
shotgunning beers.
Well, yeah, they want me to. They I'm not part of the party.
Yeah,
I'm part of the event. I'm there to have fun. I'm here to do all the things that give me some kind of like contentment or fulfillment. But I'm not part of the party. I've learned that I can separate that. Now, the fucked up part of this is like I do put myself at risk sometimes when I'm putting myself in a place where there's like a lot of drinking.
Yeah.
But it's like kind of on me to be like, I'm not cool. Maybe I got to make a phone call. Maybe I just got to leave. At least, and if they don't respect that, that's still not my fucking problem. I have to protect my shit at all costs, no matter what. So like, there is fun. There is like fun afterwards. This my idea of fun changes.
Yeah.
Like I'm not looking at parties and stuff. Like there's other things that I do now that I would never thought that I would have enjoyed before. You know,
Like
like
what?
I mean, keeping it, I guess, like
Not getting
within all
called
this.
jerking off, that's for sure.
Not getting no. I make sure my Zoom camera is off while I'm working. I mean, there's other things like, dude, I love bingo. I think that's the funnest shit I've ever seen in my life. Dude, bingo's hysterical.
Like old person, like with
Yes.
elderly?
Yes.
With the elderly?
Yes. Dude, like going is like stupid shit like that's for fun. We go when we do like Top Golf or like just like stupid shit like, dude,
I'd be cool
I
with
get
that.
a lot of fulfillment in going to rehabs and talking to people that are completely lost and hopeless. Mm-hmm. And they look at you and literally 98% of the things I'm saying to them is not registering at all. I'm just hoping they absorb 2% that they stick around for another day.
You do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's shit that kind of keeps me lined up. I have to remember that. Yeah. Because like for whatever reason, I can easily forget what has happened to me and go like that always because I have to semi-remember that pain. And being able to help somebody else and show maybe how I got out of something might help them, and helping them sort of like helps me. And it's like, it's fun because you also get to see and hear some really wild shit when you're out there.
Oh yeah.
Some of it's scary because that's not just rehabs. It's also like psych wards. Right. Mercy Fitzgerald or Chester Crozier. Mm. I mean, you don't know what you're walking there. Go to Elwyn. No.
Nope.
No.
Did community service there a couple times.
Did you?
Bro. Loose. Wade was with me. And all of a sudden, we were cutting grass, and then all of a sudden, you see someone run by. Like, what the fuck is that? Whatever. And all of a sudden, 2 people run by. We're like, what the hell? Then here comes security. They got us all in the van. They're like, oh, they got loose. I'm like, what do you mean they? Where are we? No idea where we are.
All I'm thinking of is like Jim Carrey in the ballerina outfit doing like the fucking dance. Oh
my god!
There's Jesse.
It's terrifying. What the fuck is happening here?
I remember going out, like I was delivering for Las Vegas when I was like 19 years old.
Yeah.
And I would have to deliver to the office people there, and occasionally, like I guess like the nursing assistants or whatever would order from the dorms. And I'd have to take my food and walk up to the dorm, mm-hmm. and like I'm just kind of like weaving through some very, very scary special people. I'm talking like full head, helmets and dude, and like being like an immature 19-year-old, yep. I handled it exactly like an immature 19-year-old. Like just
I'm out. Sorry, you're not getting your pizza. Sorry.
I mean,
you want this? I'm out of here.
You got just kind of treating the sandwich like a football, like literally, just, Heisman and that shit. So you're like, no, and here.
What do you? I would not have handled that well.
Nah, dude, it was a little scary. But yeah, now it's like, hey, I'm gonna go visit you on Monday night.
Yeah, I do think it's crazy. Me and Linz were talking the other night. And this will be the last thing. We're talking about the past and like some of the trouble that I've gotten into. It almost got into the bottle incident. Yeah, we went to court for that, and they didn't show up, and that's how that ended. If they would have showed up, I would have went to jail for like 10 years. So that was alcohol driven. All the trouble I've ever been in. So there's definitely, like, I don't want to say that obviously I'm gonna have, I'm gonna continue to drink, but there's definitely like in the back of I know a couple people's heads that are like, yeah, that kind of stuff just can't fucking happen anymore. Like, what were we mainly? What the fuck were we thinking? Even shows, when we went to shows. Yeah. Can you imagine if there was a police presence inside of those shows? Yeah. Which I never understood, by the way.
Police presence at shows?
The lack of.
Because who would go? Literally kill the attendants. Very violent things like that, and that's always supposed to be inter-policed.
Lynn sees that stuff sometimes on Facebook, like the dancing and shit. And look at these fucking idiots. Can you believe they used to do this? Yeah, I don't know what they were thinking. Fucking.
I watch it now, and it just looks like a group of people being attacked by bees.
I love when they sync up the music.
Yeah, it's like, yeah.
It's lines up perfectly. But yeah, that's, I think, so the other show that we have on Friday is the Living Room Show, and it's all about talking about like the past.
Mm-hmm.
And this is more like I said, like a Theo Vaughn type of Joe Rogan-ish experience, Delco style. So we'll be talking about a lot of like nostalgic shit. But we've definitely been visiting but me and Sean Brown have had really, really, really good conversations about. I found me and Kenzie before she goes to bed, we watch videos on Instagram, but it has to be like Christmas videos. And I found one from 1990, shopping for Christmas in malls, 1990.
Yeah, you sent it to me.
I sent it to Sean Brown. Dude, he fucking was like heartfelt. Like, God, I eventually got to think, I wish we could just take our kids back to 1990, us have the knowledge that we have now, and have them grow up in that time period. Because even Lynn said the other day, she's like, shit is just so much fucking different than it used to be. I love the 90s. Like, I refuse. I mean, have you seen what I wear during the summertime? I have like a handlebar mustache with glasses that are a little tin. I literally look like Hunter S. Thompson.
Yeah.
It was a better time. I mean, the music was better. I mean,
you know what I think's like,
and Delco in the 90s just felt different.
What's special about seeing like those times versus now?
Yeah,
is how innocent things really were.
Mm-hmm.
Like, not everything was under like a microscope. You know, if you saw something, you watched it and you remembered it, and then you fucking told other people about it, and now you had a story.
Right.
You were learning how to communicate shit that I saw, shit that I retained, shit that I put out.
Right.
Whereas now it's like I think the fucking phones come out, and
well, that's
you know, your whole like you were doing something together as a family, and you didn't even know it when you were going to like the mall during Christmas. You know, hey, here's a watch. I want you guys to meet me right back here at this time. Yeah. And they just let you fucking go.
Yeah.
And you went out and you're 12 years old or whatever you were, and then you came back and then you went home with your parents, and like you can't fucking do shit like that now.
No way. No.
Not a fucking chance. You know, like people just know too much. Ignorance was actually semi-bliss back then.
The Charlotte doesn't have friends in our neighborhood right now. She's almost 8.
Yeah.
She can't go out and play with people in the neighborhood. I see parents letting their kids do it, and that's the way that they want to do that. They can't do the street light thing. Like when the street light comes on, it's time to come inside.
Right.
If you just can't do it. I mean, even like getting dropped off at the mall or something like that. Like, you can't do that. Even when the kids start to drive, you can't. I haven't even crossed that bridge yet, obviously, but I mean, like, am I gonna just let you go? Like, do I let them go to commute? I want her to commute to college. I know the shit that I did when I visited college campuses. There's probably me creeping around the corner everywhere. I have 2 girls. Get the fuck out of here. Yeah. But Sean was saying how I sent him that message. He said, what was it? Destroy the cloud and destroy social media and have everybody go back to the old times. I would 100%, as long as I could. We got dial up, so we'll be all right. Have dial up internet. We still do our shit here. But like, I think a great reality show would be take me back to the 90s and take everything. I'm sure it's been done, but it'd be interesting to do something like that. Because now we have Netflix now. You can pay for the version that has no commercials, or you pay for the version. We have the version with commercials. We fucking appreciate commercials. I'm watching my favorite. If you ask me my favorite show, it's The Wonder Years. It's Cheers. Like it's Welcome Back, Kotter, Taxi. Like Tip, Home Improvement. I've ripped through that a couple times.
Right.
Love that shit, but it's all from the past. Everything now sucks.
Yeah. I almost feel like it's like when people know too much, but they also because there's always been sick fucking freaks out there.
And now you're
Or-
actually learning
or-
about what was going on when we were younger. You're like the murders and all the serial killers
like,
in the 90s and all. Like, oh my
how
God.
people were wired
Mhm.
versus like when they were like kind of like dumber,
Yeah.
like they weren't
Not in the loop.
exposed to
Yeah.
so much. Like just like it's like we were talking about jerking off, or like pornography. Do you remember when you had to have an imagination?
Yeah. Yep.
And when you have all this shit at the palm of your fucking hand,
Mhm.
like normal, regular thoughts go out the window. Like I've seen what I want, and now I want more because it's that fucking dopamine going off in your brain. Like so, like that's why it's that much scarier. Like walking out, especially trying to raise children and not having with the fucking nasty fucking pedos walking around.
Yeah. There was that thing in Brookhaven. Did you hear about that? Through that game, Roblox. They found it was a child porn ring in Brookhaven. They were on a Brookhaven server. I'm not going to name names, but someone that I know personally, they were targeting their kids. And they had another kid from another family go into my friend's house on a video chat and had them show them the layout of their house. FBI got involved. A bunch of shit happened. It was swept. Very, very fucking weird shit.
What?
Yeah. You can, if you look, you can find it. It's on. I mean, it's on Delco Time. It's in there. It's out there. But yeah, it's fucking crazy. Like, and there's all kinds of stuff now too. It's the whole thing. And like I said, I don't like to get political, but like I said upstairs, like I went into the library of Charlotte School, looked at every single fucking book in there, every single one. Because like over in California, you can take against the parents' discretion. You can go take a kid and start changing their gender. You really want that kind of fucking smoke,
dude? That's like, dude, there's some wild shit with that. Like, you're mad that the parents want to be involved in the kids' education because don't worry, we know what to teach your kids. Like, no, fuck you. They're my kids.
Yeah.
And no, I don't want them reading that fucking filth because you think that's making them more inclusive.
Right.
In the meantime, you're ready to shit on something like the Bible, which is pornography. It's teaching principles and shit. Now, I get it. Difference between religion and state and all that other stuff, but you can't fucking play both sides of the fence.
Right.
Like you're gonna show them smut, but you have a heavy stance about any type of spiritual, religious, backgrounding on any of that. Like that is, it's starting a process. I don't think that we really need to go down.
No, I mean, and like I said, and I'm not. You have dogs, I have kids. It's the same thing. But when the whole thing about, I think it's drag going in and reading to kids in schools, like that's not something absolutely necessary. And I think it's something. Hey, we're gonna send a thing home saying, hey, do you like this or not? Like there used to be permission slips whenever you had to do anything when we were younger, right? Field trips, all this stuff. Now it's we're gonna have men in drag come read to kids in schools. Like why?
So
it's a weird shit. It was a weird time.
Kids are already very cruel and naive. I mean, everyone's was an adult, was a kid at one time. And like obviously, catching it early before they can find any type of prejudices or hate or like what's going on at the home. It's not, to me, it has nothing to do with the school. Should have no power in that.
No,
you don't get to teach my kid that shit.
Right.
They need to know how to do math. They need to do English, some kind of social studies, history. Like, I get that. Like, I will even like the critical race theory. Like when you start like making that they have to, like, you can't fucking force that on people.
No.
And you shouldn't have to. They're so young. Like you're making them form opinions on things they shouldn't have to have opinions about. That's like, how about Marky be nice to fucking Sally?
Yeah, right.
Not have Mark wondering if he's actually Sally and if Sally thinks she's actually fucking Mark.
Right.
Like that's where we're drawing the line on this. Like
There's that one.
teach them kind of how to share. You know, like there's got to be a like some kind of line there.
Well, it's very simple. It's you don't have an opinion until you're old enough to have an opinion.
Right.
I'm not a religious person. I don't think that it should be interjected into their life until they're old enough to make that decision of what they want to do.
Right.
And that covers almost the entire spectrum of life. Like you are under my roof until you're 18, and then now 18. I don't think that's even old enough to make this. I think when you're old enough to start drinking, you should, or old enough to rent a car. You can now start making decisions, especially nowadays, because it's very difficult to navigate through the waters nowadays being a kid. So, I mean, you got people doing this, and that. You do not have an opinion until it's time for you to have one. You don't worry about that shit. You let me worry about that. That's how I do it. If they want to be religious when that's fine.
Right.
But it is what it is. Yeah, we're at fucking 2 hours, 15 minutes.
Wow.
Got this bad boy up.
Not for bad for breaking my cherry.
No. What the hell? Okay, that's fine. Shut up. Yeah. That's only second episode, so
Nice.
of this show. But
I hope it was entertaining to somebody.
it's gonna be entertaining. Trust me. That's exactly how I wanted it to go. I'm not gonna plug any of our stuff because I really don't care. But another episode will come out. This is AJ. You'll be back.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Thanks. To be honest with you, if we would have got the other guy on at the same time, that would have been fucking out of control. So
It's another show.
I think I would get him on solo and then put him next to you, and then I could get pretty dicey.
Yeah, he gets me a little riled up.
I could tell.
I'm pretty calm and like relaxed these days. I don't have my old fire.
Well, we'll get the kids to leave for that day, and I'll just sit here and let it happen and play some fucking weird noises.
I'm into it.
We'll see if we can get that episode 3, and yeah. So that was what I can remember with AJ.